Go insert name FC! What is up, everybody? My name is Hector Flores, host of the Insert Name FC podcast, a member of the Belly of Sports Media Network. You can find us on all things podcasting from Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast fix from. You will find us there. Also, video versions are available on Belly Up's YouTube channel. You can see that and clips from this show over there as well. And follow us on social media on Instagram, X, Facebook, LinkedIn as well, at Insert Name FC. And we also, so pretty much it. But yeah, so this episode 260, it is the return. The new season kicks off this weekend, so we're going to go ahead and break down. So we're doing things a little bit differently. Normally what we would do is we would do it league by league, and actually as I guess I'll kind of say it, La Liga is starting this weekend, followed by Liga on Serie A, Liga on Serie A and the Premier League, and then on top, and then the following weekend will be the Bundesliga. So, but we decided we're not going to do that anymore. What we're going to do actually is we're going to do like a smash in. So we are highlighting the new teams that are coming in this season, any coaching changes, and share our thoughts, things that we want to follow this season from the Power 5 leagues. So there is that. So it's a little different, but I think that this is kind of make things easier instead of having like super long conversations that honestly some of these leagues, like, there's probably not much else to say. So we thought of that. And then, of course, Honda from Golz TV is coming on. He's talking about things that happened with Mexico as far as the World Cup goes. And, of course, Liga MX not doing promotion relegation. So good conversation, cool conversation with Honda. It's always a good time. And we get to talk about his thoughts on Mexico, where the future is going on with the Mexican national team as well, especially now with the Rafa Márquez regime happening over there. But yeah, really good show. So we'll go ahead and take a break and then go right into me and Edward doing our season preview for the Power 5 leagues.
Looking for sports coverage with attitude? Welcome to Belly Up Sports, where the takes are bold, the jokes are reckless, and no topic is off limits. From articles that'll make you rethink your fandom to podcasts that sound like your group chat during a playoff game, Belly Up Sports delivers the sports content you actually want. So ditch the bland and head to bellyupsports.com and follow Belly Up Sports on all socials. Belly Up Sports, we're not just a network, we're the voice of the fans.
All right, we're back. We are officially back. It is a new season. New season kicks off. All right, so just so you guys know, this weekend La Liga kicks off. It kind of not really. It's like, I think like 5 matches that are being played. None of them featuring like the big clubs. So I don't know why they're doing it on the 15th, but they're doing it. So this weekend, La Liga kicks off. The next weekend will be Liga on Premier League and Serie A. And then the weekend after will be the Bundesliga. And the Bundesliga, of course, will be the first league to be finished.
Yeah.
So last one to go, first one to finish. I mean, Ligue 1, you could say will also finish early since they're like the 2 leagues that has only like 18 teams in their league. But yeah, new season. It's like the first day of school. Funny enough, Edward, I guess technically is going through that right now. But yeah, man, new season. How are we feeling about the new season of the European calendar?
I mean, I think all in all, I'm still been watching like I guess I want to call them friendly tournaments, but they're like the international ones where they mix and match leagues, and kind of, I guess you can call it like Champions League right now. I think, what was it? Inter Miami, LAFC, they played against the Mexico clubs.
League.
So I've been, yeah. So I've been watching those.
Yeah. I was watching a little bit of FC Dallas versus Chivas de Guadalajara. That was I don't know how it finished, but I know it was like still known. I went to Jinya to get some ramen noodles, and before I went to go see Spider-Man. And so while I was there, we were that game was on. Oh, so FC Dallas won. FC Dallas won that game 1-0. It was
Okay.
a goal by Logan Farrington. That's funny. Just because. Also in this episode, we'll have Hitman Honda. He's gonna talk a little bit about like Liga MX deciding not to do promotion relegation, and then also on top of that, Mexico was the only football federation that kind of didn't officially say that they were against what FIFA was doing with the whole trying to get it a fine, trying to bring in like an investor group. So Mexico was the
Oh,
only was one of the few nations that were like kind of like, hey, let me read this first before I make a stance here.
before I make a
And
decision.
so yeah, so Honda would be here to talk a little bit about that, and of course also his thoughts on Mexico and the World Cup. But yeah, man, new season calendar. It's kicked off. Yeah, MLS is technically still going. They had like two MLS games, and then went into MLS All Star game, which I completely forgot about MLS All Star game. And then they went into the Leagues Cup, and so which is this year is a little bit different, just because they're actually playing games in Mexico this time around. So
Mhm.
we'll see. We'll see what all that happens, man. Let's see how that changes things up, because I think the last champions have all been MLS teams. Because what, Inter
Right.
Miami, then I think it was Nashville. No, it was Columbus. It was Columbus, and then Seattle beat Miami. So yeah, there's only been three. This is the fourth iteration of this thing. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, man, with that. But yeah, Edward. Obviously, we have to do our. We haven't done it in a while, but we should probably look into it again. Which is how we rank the five leagues in Europe. The big five leagues in Europe, right?
The
When we
big
talk about,
five.
obviously, La Liga, Premier League, Bundesliga, Serie A, and Liga 1, not
Right.
particularly in that order, but uh, lots of things have been happening where maybe we should really sit down and really see what's the best league right now, at least in our opinion. Obviously, this is opinion based. It's not like we hold our opinions hold any value to anybody. But
Yeah, because our opinions, it's just opinions. You can't find it on Wikipedia or, I mean, we could change it on Wikipedia, but we're not going to do that.
but yeah, so last year we kind of been rocking with this for a while, but we haven't really made any updates. But in fifth, at least in the bottom, we have Liga 1. We have the Bundesliga, Serie A at third, La Liga and Premier League at first place. I'm gonna ask you this real quick. Do you see the Premier League staying up top, or do you feel like there's a league that's better than the Premier League right now?
Right now, bro, honestly, I mean, not because I go for Barca, but I feel like La Liga is a bit up higher, just a bit. And I'll be honest, most of that has to contribute with the fact that Real Madrid picked up a number of significant players, number of players that are really good from the big five leagues. Like it's not like a small team that they picked up from. Like they're trying to pick players that are gonna contribute to the squad, you know. And
No,
that just in that alone, that's changing the whole dynamic of Real Madrid.
I think also, and I think Barcelona is pretty close to getting it across the board, which is bringing in Rodri
Yeah.
from Manchester City, which that's also a big steal. You're talking about a guy who potentially could be in the conversation for the Ballon d'Or again. I know some people
Hmm.
are cringing at that thought that we can have another year where Rodri wins the Ballon d'Or. Which, by the way, I keep saying this, like Rodri deserved that Ballon d'Or. I
Oh
don't
yeah.
like some like Vinny didn't do enough to stand out. Bellingham didn't do enough to stand out. And those are guys that were scoring. They had crazy season. They had a crazy season. Lamine Yamal had a spectacular year, but they weren't going to give it to him that year.
No.
And I mean, when you're talking about that Spain run, the Spain run for the Euro, Rodri was very impactful. The things that Lamine Yamal was able to do wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for the fact that you had an anchor like Rodri.
Yep.
Same thing with that season, because I believe that was the year. Was that the year Man City had the treble?
I believe so. They won the league. They won the Champions League,
No, I don't think they
and
won the Champions League. I
oh
think that
no,
was
not
the
the
year.
Champions League,
That was
but
when Real Madrid won it.
it was a treble. I think it
But
was
yeah,
both
so
domestic championships.
hmm yeah, so I mean, Rodri, once again, it goes down to what the dirty work that he does, and once again, like sixes, you're not gonna get your there's just not statistics out there that you're gonna tell that can tell you what a six is doing. Like, like his assist numbers aren't gonna be high. His obviously he's not scoring goals, but like as far as maybe if you're looking at his defensive statistics, which I get why people maybe don't want to look at defensive statistic when they think of players, but hell, I think we could have made a valid argument for Danny Carvajal to have won the Ballon d'Or as well because he was also a big. I believe he scored a goal in the final against England in that Euro, and of course he scored the goal in the Champions League final as well. But I mean, once again, you're just not going to give it to a defensive player. And I think Rodri once again stood out. It's just hard. You can't go off stats, man. I think what
excuse me, sorry. I was gonna say, I was like, I think the last defensive player to ever get Ballon d'Or was what, Cannavaro? Like a long time ago.
And he was playing out of this world.
Yeah.
He was playing out of this world. But yeah, I mean, like, and weirdly enough, I can kind of see where we could possibly have that same scenario because once again, like who stands out to you? I mean, Dembele you can make an argument for, even though not the same year he had like the year before.
Yeah,
but I mean,
he was still producing. He was still
producing, and once again, you do look at the team performance because there usually is correlation with that player. The reason why you wouldn't give it to Rodri is because Rodri was pretty much hurt most of the season. Yeah. So I can see why you wouldn't give it to Rodri. But I mean, the way he played in this World Cup, he'll be in the conversation. I don't know if Lamine Yamal, Harry Kane maybe deserves to give some recognition. I mean, the dude was crazy in the Bundesliga, and I mean, it wasn't for the fact that they had to play against PSG in the Champions League semifinals. Like Bayern looked like they were on pace to win the Champions League. So
yep.
And Harry Kane was very much a part of that team. But yeah, no, La Liga. I mean, you made a good point. Real Madrid, went and got Bernardo Silva. They went and got. They added. Who was it? Konate. They added. They added Dumfries. So you're talking about pulling guys from different leagues, right? So
yep.
Bringing in Dumfries, you bring in who else? Diamande, obviously from the Bundesliga. So maybe you have a point there, but Real Madrid is going to be really interesting. I agree. I think La Liga. I mean, I'm biased. I'm biased to La Liga. I think it's the better league. I think that there's some more interesting signings as well going into the season. So I think maybe I agree with you on that part. I'll say it. I'll put La Liga up top as well. I'm with you on that one. So yeah, that's gonna be the first change that we have right now is that we have La Liga ranked number 1, number 2. Would you say Premier League?
Shoot. Yeah, I would say yeah. Like all team wise, yes. Because the thing is, you brought up a good point, and we were talking about it earlier. I'll be honest, German team alone, like the German league alone, just Bayern Munich is carrying that league. I'm not saying Dortmund, and you know me, I love Dortmund, but they produce, but not to the point where they're like, oh yeah, we got a $100 million player who's going to be the anchor of the entire team. It's not what they do. It's just, yeah, it's not what they do. They don't go for the big name stars. They create the stars.
All right. So number 3, and I'll see if you're with me on this one. I think it's Ligue
1. I guess I'd have to agree. I'd have to agree because, like I said, I mean, in the German league, only Bayern Munich is carrying, like just in players alone. Like for example, if you were to call international World Cup players, most of them from Bayern Munich, Borussia, it was like a few. I'm not gonna say it wasn't like a lot or the full squad, but I mean, it's yeah. I mean, I'm in agreement with you on that one.
No, yeah, I think obviously at some point we gotta acknowledge what PSG is doing, right? I mean, and I think when you talk about Liga and Bundesliga and Serie A right now, it's kind of lately been dominated by one team specifically.
Yep.
And I'll just say it, in my opinion, fourth should be the Bundesliga.
Oh, well, yeah, yeah. I'm right there in agreement with you on that one. That's what I said. I was
And
like,
yeah, because the thing that sucks for me for Serie A, as much as like you and me have tried to hype this league up, they stink. Like,
eh,
like I mean, when it comes down to like playing against like the other team, like just Champions League alone, man. Because I think what was the final the final four was Atletico Madrid, Arsenal, PSG, and Bayern Munich. And like the
not an
last, I
Italian.
think
Yeah,
the last Italian team was
yeah.
Atalanta. Shout out to Atlanta, by the way. They're back in the Liga MX. But Atlante, that's what I was thinking of. Even though there's no promotion relegation in Liga MX. But yeah, like Serie A, I think it's just I don't know what they're doing, man. They're just it's funny because when we talk about the new coaching changes, like it's just dudes that just recycle back into that league. I don't know, but there's just so many concerns with Serie A just because of the fact one, Italy didn't qualify one for the third straight time to the World Cup. Um,
Which is
and
very odd to me because I'm like, you got Italian players who have the hustle. They can play. They can ball. It's just, dude. I don't know. It's just as a team altogether, man. They're stinking it up.
yeah, definitely. And then I mean the players that you have the talented player pool that we all thought right like Locatelli, Sandra Tonali, like that generation like these guys are getting old. Gigi Donnarumma is getting old. Like to think it's crazy that their best moment is going to be winning that Euro that the COVID Euro. So I mean, like it's insane that and it was such a great run that they had too. Like I mean, they didn't just beat anybody; they beat England.
Yep.
Um, so it's insane what's going on. But I think this is what we're rocking with for our power rankings for this season. I think we're gonna have La Liga up top. Obviously, someone's gonna be already pissed off at us because everyone says Premier League is the best league in the world, and I get the argument, but as far as like just the technical standpoint, I think it's just to me it's a better quality. I enjoy watching, like I can watch a Getafe versus Espanyol.
Yeah. And
I can,
it gets gritty. Like that's the thing. Like it
and I
gets down to the nitty gritty.
and I enjoy it. I mean, not saying that I don't like watching a Wolves versus an Ipswich Town. Well, I guess that's not gonna happen this season. A Fulham versus Ipswich Town. Like I'm not saying that I'm not gonna enjoy that game, but I would probably prefer to watch a La Liga like Liga MX, not Liga MX, La Liga side will go against each other because I just know it's going to be, as far as technical sound, I think it's going to be a better game. Obviously, I'm still watching both because one, Premier League is usually bright early in the morning and La Liga plays like around 2. So
Yeah.
I'm still very capable of watching both those games. But yeah, I'm sure someone's going to not like that, but you know what? That's our opinion. But yes, man. So this season we're gonna do things a little differently. Like the last few times, we've actually like went down and broke down each league specifically. And Edward, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't want to do 4-hour episodes anymore. so,
Yeah. I'm there with you, buddy.
so we're gonna sandwich them all into one. So if you're watching the
Five,
video version, you're gonna see a graphic right to our side, as well as Edward's new look for this season.
which I
Um,
love, by the way.
yeah, he has his own little office now. Uh, Timo Werner's still there, so
I saw I saw that dude. I was just like, I'm never gonna live this down. This dude's gonna retire without scoring the hat trick. Goddamn.
actually he's been great at San Jose.
Maybe the hat trick will happen. Hopefully.
We can hope. Um, but yeah, so on our side right now, we're going to show the new faces in the league. So in League One, we have 2 new teams. So if you guys could do the math there, that means someone won the playing game. so in League One, you have Troyes and Le Mans that are both coming back after 16 years. It's been 16 years since both these clubs have been in the first division. So All right, so we're in the first episode of the season, and we already had a huge fuck up. Sorry for cussing Kelsey. Troyes is actually coming from a 3-year absence from Liga. 3 years. 3 years. But the other team has been the amount that I said earlier. So, whoops.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
They're back. In the Bundesliga, we got Schalke making their return after 3 years of being relegated. We have FC Ellsberg making their debut. I believe this is the 59th team to appear in the Bundesliga. So cool, happy for them. And SC Paderborn, who was making their return after 6 years. In the Serie A, we got Venezia making the return after being relegated the year before. Frosinone making their return after 2 years, and Monza returning as well from a 1-year separation from the Serie A. In La Liga, we got Racing Santander, who's returning after 14 years. For me and Edward, probably this is a really cool one. Deportivo La Coruña, after 8 years away from La Liga, and also another really cool one, Malaga returning after 8 years as well. If you guys aren't familiar with Malaga, I mean, Isco. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It was like we were there. Like we watched them play while they were still in the first division. Like that's the thing. Yeah.
So for you EAFC guys, if you guys want to make some cool, FIFA, I keep saying FIFA, EA Sports FC career mode, manager modes. Maybe these are some teams that you choose to play with. So, in the Premier League, we got Coventry City making his return after 25 years.
Oh,
25 years. Edward, I was 9. When
dude,
this team was playing in the Premier League.
I haven't heard Coventry City in a long time. Like, I haven't heard that name in forever. Like, I think maybe it was like FIFA, like 18 or something. And I was actually trying to get up. Yeah, like a career mode with who was it? Ipswich Town. And I think I had to face Coventry City. And that was the only time that I've ever really heard that name, like myself, you know?
No, yeah, I get that. So, Coventry City after 25 years. Ipswich Town returning after getting relegated last season. And then we got Hull City making its return after 9 years as well to the Premier League. So those are the new faces. And this is where our first talking point will be at, Edward, which is who is that promoted team that you will be following this season?
In La Liga? Probably.
Just in general. Just from these teams that I just mentioned. Like I said, we're sandwiching it all in. Deportivo La Coruña?
Yeah. Because I'm telling you, like it's been a while since I've seen them play, so it'll be fun. It'll be fun watching them, see where they're going.
And they went for it. They brought in Aubameyang, so they're hoping that they can get some firepower out of him. Which I'll be
real. Yeah, I'll be real. I'll be real. He's not gonna have the same speed and everything, but the dude as a striker, even in Barcelona for the brief time. Bro, that dude was cold. Like even at that age that he was when he joined Barca, even for that brief stint.
I miss him. I miss him.
He's fun to watch.
He carried those initial years of Arteta. He carried that man. He saved him from his job for a while. But yeah, no, I think Deportivo La Coruña is going to be really cool. I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens with of course Aubameyang being added to that mix. For me, I think it's Schalke, man.
Schalke.
I mean, this was a team. So many players came. Manuel Neuer. So many Raúl.
Raúl played there for a while.
Yeah. Vicente Sanchez. I was about to say Vicente
Yep.
Fernandez.
Start playing the what you
I
call it,
need
the
to
mariachi in the
crack open
background.
some beers.
Start opening beers. Start playing the mariachi in the background. Be like, you remember when Vicente Fernandez played in Schalke? Be like, I don't remember
That
that, buddy.
I smell a cartoon in the making.
Oh, I love it.
Might have to add that to the graphic for the episode art.
That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun.
But yeah, no, I think Schalke is really cool to see them come back. Obviously, Weston McKennie also played here. Matthew Hoppe, Jesus, what happened to that guy?
Where are they now?
What happened to Matthew Hoppe? It's like that kid was supposed to be like our messiah.
Yeah, for real. That didn't even get called up or nothing.
Jesus Christ, what happened to him? He's currently playing for the fuck is this team? Sorry for cussing Kelsey. Sonderjeski Fodbold. Oh, he plays in the Danish Superliga.
Ah,
That's where he currently plays. He's 25 years old. Yeah.
damn.
And his last game, he did nothing. Was he on the lineup? Was he starting? Oh, he was starting. And he did nothing. Dang, man. What a... Yeah, we overly hyped that kid. We need to stop doing that.
I think everyone needs to stop hyping any kid that comes through. Right now,
just let LeBron James of soccer.
Yeah, let him do him.
We need to, yeah. When U.S. got eliminated from Belgium, the heel turn that people, not the heel turn of the U.S. The change of the fans, like the changing of the tune, which I mean always happens, right? It always happens when the U.S. gets eliminated. Where how to fix soccer, you know. What if our athletes played? What if our best athletes decided to play soccer instead of playing whatever sport they played? You know what happened? What happened if a 6'5", 295-pound defensive lineman decided to play soccer? So like,
nothing but injuries, bro.
No. Nothing but injuries. But it's never ending. It's like it always happens every time. It goes without a fault. I'm happy for the support that the U.S. did get throughout the World Cup. It was awesome. But yeah, that's the only thing that sucks about when things don't go the way as you hope, which I mean, props to Belgium. They clearly were the better team that day.
Yeah.
Not in that Spain game they were, but they were definitely the better team against the U.S. But yeah, man, because now everyone's talking about Matthew Hoppe. Not Matthew Hoppe. Jeez. No one's talking about Matthew Hoppe. Caven Sullivan. Like, everyone's just like, this is our guy. And I mean, one, I'm happy that he's finally getting minutes for Philadelphia Union. Like, I don't know what the hell Philadelphia Union is doing. Like, this kid is still set to leave when he turns 18 to Manchester City. Like, probably going on a series of loans as soon as he gets there. But you have a kid that's going to go play in Manchester City. Don't you want to put him out there and see how he plays for him to build up his credibility when he gets the Premier League, more than likely going to the championship when he gets loaned out? Because let's be honest, he's going to get loaned out. He's not playing for Man City. At least not the first season, but
not the first. I mean, depending on what his performance is and wherever he's going to end up being loaned out to, you know.
Definitely, he might go to Girona, you know.
Yeah.
So because that's where where City likes to send group likes to send their players to. But anyways, but yeah, Schalke, I think it's going to be really cool to see. Kind of similar to Hamburg last year, right? Hamburger got promoted to the Bundesliga, and it's a cool story. They have obviously the history that they have in the Bundesliga. Schalke, a team that has a lot of history in the Bundesliga. So, we hopefully they're turning things around. Also, I actually know a guy that coach, one of the assistant coaches at Schalke. So shout out. Let me make. Oh man, I forgot his name. But he was the U17 coach at the Houston Dynamo Academy, and then and then after that, he got a job at Plymouth Argyle.
Oh dang!
Yeah, he got an assistant job at Plymouth Argyle, and then he became an assistant at Schalke. So yeah, I know people. so yeah, he's gonna be there. So obviously, I have like other reason to be rooting for Schalke, besides just obviously hoping that they do well. But also, I have, I guess you could say, a friend that that is a part of the coaching staff. So I will already be rooting for them just in general, but like to even root for them even more, as soon as I can find this dude's name. But if I can't, this is great podcasting.
You just have a friend with no name.
Yeah, right. Everyone's like, sure, you have this friend.
It's like, what's his name? Billy? Billy Bob? Billy Bob Jones?
He has a name. He has a name.
He has a name. He has a name.
What a name it has.
And what a name it is.
Adine. Coach Adine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so let me see. I cannot pronounce his first name. And his last name. But yeah, Adine Osman Basic. He's one of the assistant coaches right now at Schalke, and so he is now a Bundesliga assistant coach. So really awesome for him.
Tag him on Instagram. Be like, hey bud, we just talked about you. Make a cartoon out of him with you like having question marks on the top of your head.
Yeah, or maybe I just clip this. But yeah, so I will be very much rooting for Schalke, mainly because one, awesome story. This team has a lot of history when it comes to the Bundesliga. But on top of that, I actually know a guy that's part of the coaching staff. So I don't know if knowing the guy is the right word, but I worked with a guy. I worked with a guy that, so he's really cool dude. Lots of fun memories of staying till like 10 at night. At the Dynamo, he was doing laundry for the Dynamo, and there was a dean because he had to type up all the things for the trainings for the next day for the Houston Dynamo. Because when I got there, he went from the U17 coach to then becoming an assistant coach for the first team. So that's a full circle moment there. So dang, but what a jump for him! I mean, like
that's a big jump.
3 years ago, this was like I worked at the Dynamo for 3 years ago. They fired me like 3 years ago. So, no, 2020, 23. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They fired me. 3 years ago. They fired me. Actually, it's matter of fact, July was the anniversary of them firing me. So
happy anniversary, bud.
Look at me now.
Yeah.
So turns out when you leave the Dynamo, you go on to good things.
Damn. Can anybody say blackballed?
I'm not getting a job there. So, it's okay.
I'll be like, hey, Hector, by the way, we just wanted to let you know we wanted to offer you, and then you're like, just don't listen to my podcast, guys. Not that day. Listen to the rest of it, but not that day.
On second thought, we could.
we good.
We good. But yeah, so now some good ones though. You Deportivo La Coruña, and of course me Schalke. So that's gonna be some good teams, new faces to watch. Now, obviously, every season people get fired. Like I just mentioned, 3 years ago I got fired, but also people get hired. So
the hired guy,
and there has been quite some changes in as far as coaching, at least in the Big Five leagues, right?
Yeah. Well, would you like to start with your favorite coach there, bud?
Well, first, like obviously, graphics to our side. So if you guys are looking right there, you see the list of coaches that are now the new coaches in the leagues, and in Liga, and there's a total of 12 coaches. And I am not going to list all of them, but if you guys are watching the video version, they're right there. But the ones I'll highlight at least. Son of Carlo Ancelotti, David Ancelotti will be making his debut as the manager of Lille. Felipe Luis.
I was gonna say, well, if he's the head manager, who's the leg manager?
Yikes. But Felipe Luis, who was well known for his time at was in Brazil. They just won the Copa Libertadores like a year ago.
It's so strange to see Felipe Luis as a coach because
Flamengo.
It's so strange to see Felipe Luis as a coach because I just remember him being, playing for Atletico Madrid, like hard. Dude was a dog, straight like dog. Just
it was Flamengo. Dang, he's 41. But yeah, now he's the new manager of Monaco after he got fired for talking to Chelsea about becoming.
Oh yeah.
So, and then let me see, who else do I want to highlight? And then Liam Rosener, the former coach at Chelsea, obviously he got fired, and so now he is at Paris FC, not PSG, Paris FC, the neighbor, literally neighbors. The stadiums are right next to each other.
Yep.
So he is now coaching Paris FC. So I mean, which I think is great. This is a great spot for him. I think obviously he's very familiar with Liga and managing Strasbourg, obviously, because Chelsea, and so I think this is a good spot for him. I thought Chelsea might have been a little bit too ambitious just because of the current situation at Chelsea, but at the same time, I think he's a good coach. I just think he's still developing. So we'll see what he does with Paris FC. The Bundesliga, it's actually really easy because they only had 4 new coaches. So, thank you. Thank you for actually having a stable market. Not having a lot of turnover. But the person I'll highlight from here, from the 4, I'll just list all 4. Union Berlin, you have Mauro Lustanelli. Eintracht Frankfurt had Adi Hooter. The reason why I say Hooters because it has the little 2 dots thing over the U. I think that's how you pronounce it. Bayer Leverkusen, you have Carlos Martinez Novel. And at RB Leipzig, you have, I wonder if this strikes anything with Edward, Martin Timicheles.
Martin Timicheles.
Argentine.
Yeah.
It's a little way back. It's think Bayern Munich.
Damn, bro. No.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry.
I felt like I was gonna be a little bit of a deep cut, but he was from that older like the Riquelme era of Argentina. Yeah. So yeah, that's the coaches in the Bundesliga. Only 4 changes. In the Serie A, you have nine managers, and you're gonna be really familiar with these names. So the new manager for Napoli, after getting fired by AC Milan, Massimiliano Allegri, which should be very familiar with him.
Yep.
AC Milan got Ruben Amorim.
Oh yeah, dude. I was like, what? When I saw that, I was like, what? I mean,
I'm not saying that like you have to win your preseason matches or anything, but he hasn't won a preseason match, and so not saying that's a big thing, but when you're Ruben Amorim,
it's something that you should take into account. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens there. Christian Pulisic is there, by the way. So
we'll see.
Lazio hired Gattuso.
That is,
I'm Chris Griffin at this point, where it's just, how does this guy keep getting work? Like, I love Gattuso. Edward knows I love Gattuso.
Yes.
Like, this dude.
I was about to say. I think
the epitome of a dog. The man is a dog, but how the fuck? Sorry for cussing. How the fuck is this guy still getting work? So,
what about? I mean, you know how you said. Sometimes we good, sometimes we, shit.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. Yeah, that's good. We're clipping that. We're not clipping that. We're gonna make a graphic with that. Yeah, how the hell is this guy getting a job? But yeah, there he is. He's at Lazio. After failing with the Italian national team, he I mean, like depending on how you feel about where you where you put Lazio, obviously I think mid-table side might be
Yeah.
the wording. But I mean, like this guy had jobs at AC Milan. He got bullied out of Tottenham, by the way.
To me, that is very like surprising because for one, that dude is the like Hector said, the epitome of a dog. Like he is the definition of a dog. He is the bully. He is the man you go to like, hey man, that guy hurt me. Can you go ahead and put the hurt on him? Say no more. I'll do it, and then he'll go ahead and
I feel like this is like
sounded like Mario.
how if things didn't work out for Diego Simeone, like this is where his coaching career could be.
Yeah, but
It's not.
yeah, it's not. And, he's. Don't you remember? I think it was a few years back. He was talking about, oh well, I'm thinking about retiring, or like not being the Atletico Madrid manager anymore for a while, or doing something else. And apparently that never came to fruition. If anything, they were like, no, you know what, stay. Here's a blank check, and go ahead and do whatever you want to do. Transfer whoever you want to transfer, and we'll see what's up. And I mean,
I still think people. It's funny that people are mad at him for signing his son and calling it nepotism.
Nah, dude.
When there's other Simeones that are playing professionally.
Yeah, no, but dude, like he signed him because he know, dude. That the way he plays, dude, he is hardcore.
This guy's like the opposite of nepotism. Like this guy's like, no, those guys suck.
No,
like
he's like he works harder for that spot.
I was just like, oh, they only signed him because he's his son. I'm like, he has other kids playing too.
Yeah,
right? Like,
he does.
It's like, nah, I'm good.
I mean, nepotism would have been like signing all of them there, making all starters.
You know what? It's kind of the same way with Zidane and his kids. Like,
yeah. Oh man,
you shipped them out of Madrid.
Yeah, you did.
Oh man, Jesus Christ! All right, anyways, but yeah, Gattuso still has a job somehow. Let me see. And then the other one is Atalanta got Mauricio Sarri, so which I believe that is everyone's favorite cigarette smoker. So I think so. Yep, that is. And well, man, that guy loves to smoke a cigarette. But yeah, so yeah, there's the Serie A. I'm just highlighting the coaches. I'm not gonna list every single one of them. All right. In La Liga, we got 6 coaching changes. We got Athletic Bilbao getting the German Edin Terzic. I'm sure everyone has fond memories of that guy. And Real Madrid rehired Jose Mourinho. So yeah,
you want to highlight that one?
I just did. I'm
pretty sure
that is my statement.
The thing is, there's going to be like 50-50. Like people are going to be like, I'm excited for Mourinho. He brought in this, he brought in that. There's going to be people like, a brother of mine, a brother.
You already talk shit. You already talk shit. Like he was talking, they were asking him about Bernardo Silva, and he's like, "Oh no, it's always great to see him, but he's out of shape." He's very much out of shape. I wish he didn't take such a break, such long.
Oh my god! This dude said break. Dude was over there with Portugal in the World Cup.
Well, yeah. I think it's because he's referring to like the break that they gave players that play in the World Cup. They took it. They get to take a certain like time off before they have to go back to training.
Yeah.
But yeah, so which I love the pictures of Arda Güler. Like they're all of a sudden now he's like, I guess he's got some muscles on him, and so everyone's like the Mourinho effect. I'm like, I don't know if that's really the Mourinho. I mean, it's just funny that Mourinho's calling obviously calling people out of shape. So which. Not saying that I'm not taking jabs at him. I'm just saying that, like, obviously everyone's hearing about like the strict rules that he's having in place. That like if you show up late to practice, then you have to work out by yourself or something. I don't know. It's just interesting. But yeah, so we'll get to more Jose Mourinho. I'm sure we're going to be discussing Jose Mourinho throughout this episode. And throughout this season. So there will be plenty of Jose Mourinho discussions. As
plenty of Jose Mourinho to go around.
I mean, how many jokes have we had on the show about Jose Mourinho?
Oh man, the tattoos. Remember
The tattoo, when he got held hostage for that wedding, for the engagement, the
for the
proposal.
engagement proposal.
That
Yeah,
was that was the only time I ever felt bad for Jose Mourinho.
yeah, dude. That was so awkward, dude.
Dude grabbed him.
Yeah,
The dude freaking grabbed his. Like Jose, stay.
I was like,
That
man,
happened.
That happened. Yeah, that did happen.
That fucking happened. The tattoo, and yeah, the tattoo is always going to be great. It's great material. The meme from that dude from Brazil.
Oh yeah, like this is Jose Mourinho, bro. Honestly, I'm surprised that meme has not come up even more now, because that dude there straight up looks like Jose Mourinho.
Oh, I mean, if Real Madrid wins it, just let you know that clip's coming back. I'm bringing that clip back. That's my dog.
That's my dog. That's my dog.
I am not a fan of Jose Mourinho, just letting you guys know, but this is my reality now. So Jose Mourinho is here. It's gonna be funny when he wants to fight Piastrani for saying something racist about Vinicius Jr. We'll see what happens when we get to that point. Get to that point. But in the Premier League, we had a total of 9 changes as well. We in Bournemouth, another familiar name to Edward, Marco Rose, the German, is now taking over Bournemouth. A familiar name for most of us, Xabi Alonso taking over Chelsea.
Wait, Marco Rose is taking over Bournemouth, you said? Bournemouth?
Bournemouth, yep.
Nice.
Manchester City, the heir apparent to Pep Guardiola, Enzo Maresca, who also got fired from Chelsea after winning the FIFA Club World Cup. He is now taking over Manchester City, so now we're in the Enzo Maresca era of Manchester City. So we'll see what happens with the new bald man in charge over there in Manchester City. Liverpool, they moved on from Arne Slot, and now they brought in Andoni Iraola, which I believe he was the Bournemouth coach. So Premier League experience, good Premier League experience. Bournemouth was really good this year, the last season. Fulham have hired Alvaro Arbeloa, and apparently signing a lot of Real Madrid players, as Gonzalo is over there now. So that hurts me.
That hurts
Seeing Gonzalo Garcia not in the right white shirt, in my opinion. Edward knows how happy I was about Gonzalo Garcia. I thought this kid's gonna be special. I think he is gonna be special. And we let him go. We let him go, and then we bring in the guy, the same, like we bring in a similar player from Levante, which I got nothing against SP. I think SP is gonna be really good, but we already had a 9.
we had him. So why are we still doing this? That's basically how you feel.
Yeah, it's just pain. It's just pain. And then that's it. So those are the changes that I'm highlighting just for the sake of the episode. But as far as the new coaches, Edward, what is a new coach that you're going to be intrigued to see as they try to implement their changes to this? Implement changes, or maybe steer the course of what's been working for this team, for the teams that they're in.
Honestly, I mean, Manchester City doesn't have too much to like. They're pretty much set. They don't have to change too much. So I mean, you know what? Even though he's technically not a new coach, we didn't name him, but Michael Carrick from Manchester United.
We can throw that out there. Yeah, sure.
Because I mean, it's I want to see he did well for what he had. I mean, think about it. Everybody else picked up all the players, and then he's the one that's like, I guess I'm just stay with what I have and give the young bucks a new chance. Which it's been working. I'm not saying they're gonna win the EPL. No, it's working. It's working. I will say for him.
A full off season plus like him actually. We already saw what he could do with very little time he had. Well, actually, let's be honest, he didn't have a little time. He had like, what was it, like 3 months into the season when not 3 months, like 2 months in, and they fired him, Ruben
Yeah.
Amorim.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
he's
I
definitely.
mean, I'd like to actually keep my eye on him, see where it's gonna go.
Okay, fair enough. I think we're gonna continue. I'm gonna stand on this island, continue, and I think that Xabi Alonso should have took the Liverpool job. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I agree with you. Honestly, I do agree with you. I
And the only
agree with you
reason,
100%.
obviously, Liverpool wasn't available yet. They hadn't announced that Arne Slot was gonna get fired, even though everyone saw the writing on the wall.
Mhm.
Which is once again crazy that dude wins the championship in his first season only because he essentially just copied what Jurgen Klopp was doing. Which, by the way,
Copy and
congratulations.
paste.
He's now the new coach of Germany.
Yeah,
And I believe Pep
that
might be the new coach of Italy.
bro. If that's the
Maybe.
case, and if that's the case, and it's gonna be it's gonna
Look,
be a lot of hardship for Italy, but I think they're gonna blossom through it if Pep is able to handle.
I don't think he's
the-
signed it officially, but I know that like,
It's
which
it's
is,
it's up there.
it's up there, which is funny because I think Paolo Maldini got hired onto the staff to be part of like I guess like I don't know what the roles are. Like, I guess whatever president of football. I don't know what the fuck it was. Sorry for cussing Kelsey, but I think it was like he gets hired on and then quits immediately. So
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of
Well,
weird.
he quit because I think it was like one of the people that he wanted for it to work got fired, and he was like, okay, you know what? Since you fired him, I'm not needed here anymore. So he just left.
Which I think now is Claudio Ranieri.
Oh man.
Which I mean,
Ah,
you can't pay me to hate that man. Like
that you know,
I love Claudio. I
he
love him.
he he's he is how can I put this? He's up there in the players that I'm just like I love to our players,
Like if
managers I
when
love to
Leicester
watch. Like
when Leicester
let,
City was like already the most adorable team ever to make to win 2016. On top of that, just to have Claudio just be like just the all time guy. Like I didn't expect this to happen.
yeah,
like he's already lovable. Like you made that team just was too lovable. Maybe
yeah,
not
you
too
couldn't
lovable.
be
That
mad
team
at
was so
them.
lovable. Yeah, you couldn't
I mean,
hate that team.
it was basically the underdog story, and it happened for them, which
And it's funny because
happy for them.
if Leicester didn't win it, Arsenal was gonna win it.
Yeah,
So it's the real kick in
and
the
this
teeth there on that one.
and this is coming from an Arsenal fan. So I mean, this goes to show you, like, even if Hector says, "Oh man, like I can't be mad that Leicester won," like he wasn't mad. He was like,
And then
"Okay."
he got knighted.
And yeah, he got knighted. Dude, what was it? Was it Audi? I think was it Audi that ended up giving them like all the players, all the cars because they were sponsored by Audi and they won the league.
They might have. But yeah, no, I think but yeah, I think Xabi Alonso, I think he was in a scenario where I think he was just, this Chelsea job appeared. I'm sure Todd Bowley threw out as much money as he can, being a scumbag Dodgers owner. And I'm also kind of mad right now with the Dodgers because they went and traded for one of the most lovable pitchers of all time, and now everyone hates him. So yeah, and including myself, I love Terry Skubal. And, the dude was an absolute unit, and now he plays for the Dodgers, and he's probably gonna win a World Series with the Dodgers. So
I think
at least for the time being, fuck him. Sorry for cussing, Kelsey. I still love you, Terry Skubal. I use them a lot in MLB The Show, so I won so many World Series with that guy. Anyways, that's not important. But yeah, I think Xabi Alonso. I think it was an opportunity that he took. I think that might be a scenario more toxic than Real Madrid, and that's saying a lot because that's saying a lot. So, yeah, but I mean, obviously Arne Slot. I think there were still like a lot of things up in the air as far as what was going to happen to him. And obviously, eventually, they finally sacked him. They probably should have sacked him when the issues happened with him and Mohamed Salah, because
oh yeah,
as far as like you're a coach, like your job is to, like, yes, manage the team, tactics, and all that, but you like kind of similar to what Zinedine Zidane has always been as far as he congrats, by the way, he's the French coach. he knows how to talk to players. He knows how to manage egos. Like I think that's one of the things that why he flourished so well at Real Madrid when he took over after who was that? Who was that one guy? The guy that came in after Ancelotti really pissed me the fuck off. Sorry for cussing. Managed Liverpool too. Benitez. I think it's Benitez.
Oh, Rafa Benitez.
Yeah, there we go. Fuck that guy. Sorry for cussing. I did not want that guy. I did not want him at all. I still feel bad for Lopetegui. I think that should have panned out better. But anyways, that's not important. Anyways, with Xabi Alonso, I think Xabi Alonso, the kind of the whole scenario with him, I think that he needed an opportunity with a club that isn't hyper focused on performances and well, I mean, every team should be focused on performances, but I mean, like, as far as like losing the locker room, and I think unfortunately with Real Madrid and Chelsea, there's a lot of egos in that locker room. You threw, at the end of the day, the issue when you throw so much money at a player is that players
become divas.
They become divas. They feel their value is what their value is. And so, you need a certain type of manager that can not only put these guys in the best position possible to be the most effective, but at the same time able to manage egos.
Yeah.
And as much as I love Xabi Alonso, as much as I love them, and I thought that he was the right coach for Real Madrid. Unfortunately, you had two spoiled little brats that did not want to defend, or I don't know, rotate, track back, or maybe not be on the same place where the other player is at. Almost right next to each other in some cases. Everyone knows he's watched me yell at the TV playing.
Oh yeah.
To the point where I was just like, one of these have to leave. One of these two has to go. And when someone got Arsenal rumors, thinking like, oh my God, this is our opportunity to finally alleviate ourselves from one of these two. And then he takes a contract extension, and now I'm just like, well, here we are again.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Like,
anyways, here we are again. But yeah, I think Xabi Alonso, I think Chelsea, I'm hoping for the best, right? Because I'm at the end of the day, I'm a Xabi Alonso fan, and I hope, even though it is Chelsea, I still want to see him do well. But you got to think, though, like if he waited just a little bit longer and that Liverpool job opened up, he was already gifted the guys that work best to his system, right? Because you already have Florian Wirtz who struggled his first season with Liverpool. I don't remember too much about what's the winger? Not the winger, the wingback. Dutch. He's a Dutch left back. Played with Leverkusen. Played, well, obviously not with Liverpool.
Damn. I know who you're talking about, but I'm at a loss right now.
Well, you got players that he's worked with, right? And on top of that, you bring in Edekite, who he never played for Xabi Alonso, of course, but Xabi Alonso has seen them a few times, being that they played in the same league. So I think the players I think the players are more fitting to his tactics. Maybe he could have helped out at keeping Mohamed Salah, and now he's in trap support, but that just feels weird to me. Well, hey, whatever. He's getting paid.
Yep.
But, you have that situation. I think Liverpool, as far as a club, they're not necessarily kind of similar to, like, not like Chelsea and not like Real Madrid. I think they're more the closest to a Bayer Leverkusen, if you will, just because of the board is going to be more favorable to the manager.
Yeah.
And believe the manager. Like, they're not going to choose a play. I think it just goes to the history of Liverpool. Like, it's always been about Liverpool. You never walk alone. All those things. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm making things up right now, but I just felt like it's a healthier environment. This is like versus Chelsea. Well, anything could be a healthy environment compared to Chelsea. So yeah. I don't know. I'm worried about that. I think Andoni's actually gonna do a really good job. So we'll see what happens there. I think it's funny that there's 2 Real Madrid managers that are now in the Premier League. Also, weirdly enough, in London, because Fulham is also in London. But anyways,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's the manager storyline that I'll be following. And then so obviously, Edward, for you, what's that story to follow this season? You don't have, obviously not going off of things that we just discussed, but like, what for you is that story to follow this season for these 5 leagues?
And honestly, dude, honestly, I mean, we got into the Rodri thing. The only thing that always irks me, well, it irked me, was the fact that whenever Barcelona was supposedly talking to a player, all of a sudden Real Madrid ended up bagging him. So I was just like, well, okay. Um, but
Yeah,
honest,
and that player is,
huh?
and that player is.
Well, Dumfries was supposedly in talks with Barcelona. Then Konate was also in talks with Barcelona. Bernardo Silva was also in talks with Barcelona. But I wasn't too keen on Bernardo Silva because I'm like, man, I was like, even so, like you got Anthony Gordon on the left wing. Um, you can, well, I don't know what's gonna happen with Ferran now. Well, Ferran
He's
already,
at PSG.
he's gonna be PSG. Um, so now as a striker, I'm like, man, I was like, I don't know who's gonna be there unless if they're gonna end up putting Rafinha as striker.
I
But
mean, aren't they still going after Julian?
dude, it's they're
I
still
gotta ask you.
going, but
I gotta ask you, Adeyemi, how are we feeling there?
Adeyemi, um, I mean, the only thing I can think of is they were gonna put him as a striker as well. But that was basically the I think it was like the second or third option if they couldn't sign Julian Alvarez.
Hmm.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
but no, but Adeyemi, he's good. Like I think he would be in a good striker position because I think if I'm not mistaken, he's also a striker, center attacking mid, left mid, right mid. Like he can play up top, any position. Um. So, but
I mean,
yeah,
at the end of the day, he's a German player, so he
yeah,
knows about the German press.
yep.
So
So, and I think he would do very well in the high press.
and look, as much as I joke about Gordon, right? Like I do think you guys overpaid, but
Who you
but
telling?
trust me. Thank you, by the way, for saying that, market. But uh, like I don't necessarily have like I don't think like Gordon's like the best player in the world. I think he had some moments in the World Cup which I think he showcased what he brings to the table for Barcelona, which is just a really fast guy that can really just be in your face the whole time.
Yeah,
So, which I mean, if you're talking about Hansi Flick ball, that's it. I mean, like
that's exactly it.
that's exactly it. So he'll be able to run those extra 5 miles. So I
Yeah,
mean, like, yeah, this guy he fits exactly to what Hansi Flick does, and I think that's kind of the reason why maybe Barcelona was willing to forego the cash more so than ever because he fit to what Hansi Flick is doing. Clearly, Hansi Flick ball works at moments. Because I think the big question right now for Barcelona is, all right, you're able to win league titles, right? You've won the Copa del Rey. The big one now is to win the Champions League, right?
Champions League.
Like, and unfortunately, the last games that you've played, that highline has been exposed.
Yep.
You know,
Playing that high
uh,
line it was bad.
that the
It,
Inter game, which obviously, if you're not biased by any means and you're just watching it as just a strictly a fan of the game, you sat down and watched one of the best semifinals of all time. Not only semifinal, but just probably the best Champions League game of all time. Just going back and forth with Inter Milan and
yeah.
Barcelona. But the other thing that showed was just that Barcelona's high line it has its massive flaw, right? And then who'd you guys get eliminated by this past one?
Uh, was it an EPL team? Was it England? It wasn't PSG.
Wasn't Bayern.
Wasn't Bayern. It was was it no, it wasn't Liverpool. It wasn't Man City.
No, Real Madrid had.
No, it wasn't Real Madrid. It was
No, I mean Real Madrid had Manchester City.
yeah. Damn. Wait, was it Inter again? Now that I think about
No,
it.
no,
Oh,
Inter didn't do well.
let's see. Damn, great podcasting, by the way.
Yeah, this is what we do. This is what we do.
Man, who did they get eliminated by?
Wait, they didn't. Atletico Madrid?
Oh yeah. Atletico Madrid got
Dang!
eliminated.
So you guys got eliminated by them like in 2 different competitions?
Yep. That's who it was.
Oh, so y'all got smoked by Lookman.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what. Okay, all right. So, okay, so yeah, that's just like the big thing though. Like at the end of the day, is like, because once again, like not saying that the high line is like perfect. One, by the way, there's no such thing as a perfect strategy. Every strategy could get exposed. Whether you try to be hyper defensive, whether you're trying to be maybe having a high line, a low block, this, that, and other. Everything could be exposed within time. And the high line, while can be effective when you have very well-conditioned players, which we know Hansi Flick is always going to have that, and just obviously being able to stay alert defensively with a solid back line, which when you talk about a back line that consists of Kurbasi and when Araujo wants to give a shit, sorry for Cousin Kelsey, which now he's gone. But when you have a Kurbasi, when you have even
Eric
when
Garcia,
Eric Garcia, João Cancelo, trying to think
Balde is like, I think he's been on the iffy, but he doesn't want to leave. He wants to stay. But right now,
the big thing is just like obviously like the high line can be exposed, and so like that's going to be maybe that's the big thing is like how do you prevent that from happening? Because once again when it comes down to it, when you could take on a team that's maybe defensive that can go off the counterattack like an Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They exposed the high line.
And then you have a guy that, like Lookman, who understands something that maybe Mbappé doesn't understand, which is timing.
And the thing is, dude, his speed is ridiculous.
Oh, trust me, I know. As a fan of Lookman, like the dude's phenomenal. Like
the dude is amazing.
Yeah, so I think a match made in heaven for Diego Simeone because he needed a guy like that. Because let's be honest, Griezmann was just not going to be that guy anymore, and now you got Lookman. So
no, and the thing is, also, who was exposing the high line, but they didn't take advantage of it was Angola, Newcastle.
Yeah, because I mean that's the Gordon game.
Yeah. And that's why I was like, man, that dude, he was moving, he was booking it, and so I was like, damn.
All right, so your whole storyline is how else can Real Madrid sabotage Barcelona from getting their guys? Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. My storyline to follow is gonna be just it is Real Madrid. I mean, I'll be honest with you. This is now you win now 2 seasons without winning a trophy. The Mbappé era is starting to look more and more like a huge mistake. To the point where you have fans split between Vinicius or Mbappé. It's literally Vinicius FC versus Mbappé FC.
And it's funny because like
Mbappé the dictator, Vinicius the prima donna, whatever you want to throw out there between the two. But it's like more and more. I try, and you know me, I was trying so hard not to believe that was actually even a thing, and then now I'm just like, it might be a thing. It just might be. Like it is frustrating. It is. I mean, and it sucks because like Rodrigo, I don't think Rodrigo's is gonna be healthy anytime soon. That's the reason why you bring in Diomande. However much you had to pay for that guy, but Diomande also has a really cool story. I mean, the dude was playing like in high school here in the United States. You know, like he's got a really cool, awesome story. Obviously, he gets his opportunity in the Bundesliga. Well, actually, gets his opportunity in Leganes, and then goes to RB Leipzig. So I think, like, overall, just really cool story for him. Now, here he is playing for Real Madrid. But yeah, I don't know. I'm intrigued to see how he plays with Real Madrid, how Jose Mourinho chooses to use him. Same thing with all the other guys that he's brought in. I think what hurt Real Madrid a lot was the lack of experience in the locker room. You could definitely say that's not going to be an issue this season because you bring in Bernardo Silva, ton of experience, a player that you probably should shut up when he's talking. You should. You got a defensive player like Dumfries, once again, a lot of experience. Comes from a very good defensive team in Inter Milan. Okay, maybe I won't say good defensive team.
Well, I mean, dude, he was the one that was stopping freaking Lamine Yamal when it comes to Champions League.
Very true. I just don't know how I'm being a little loose when I say the word defense, especially how that final went down. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, and once again, it's PSG. That team, that no one was going to beat that team. That team was on a tear. The crazy part is that they only scored 5 goals. That game should have been way worse. the way that they were breaking down Inter Milan, yeah, that might have been the first double-digit Champions League final at the rate they were playing. Yeah, you bring it. Konate. I think obviously you want to shore up that center back position because so many injuries in that position group.
Yeah, because Rudiger, he's still out, isn't he?
I'm sure he'll be. No, he was playing in the World Cup, so he should be fine. But I mean, David Alaba's gone, of course. You still have Militao. Militao, the big thing about him, great defender when he's healthy. So Raul Asensio is more and more becoming a headache to me. And Dean Huijsen, who I think is a good player. So
yeah, well,
had his moments. He also had his moments. So it's
Did you also say he had his moments?
He also had those moments too. So it's like I think obviously he's still young at the end of the day. But yeah, no, I think and then of course who's gonna take over that right back position just because you have Trent Alexander-Arnold, but you have Dumfries. Like, what's Jose Mourinho gonna do? I think in the left, did they sign a left back?
No. Actually, yes. Who did they
Carreras?
sign? No, he. I don't. I think they either sold him or loaned him out.
No, he's still on the team.
He's still okay. Then I know they did pick up a left back though. I don't know who they picked up.
This is more great podcasting.
Well, that who did they pick up? There you go. Okay, see, how did we forget him?
Oh, I know exactly why I forgot about it. I know exactly why I forgot about that guy.
I was like, dude, the whole defense line has been built now. Like
So, I mean, experience obviously can be solid defensively.
I mean, dude, and he wasn't doing much in Chelsea, so I think maybe in Real Madrid he'll be able to do what he needs to do, which he was doing that in the World Cup a lot. So
No,
I'm like,
I don't take anything away from him. I think he's a really good player. Obviously, when he moved away from Barcelona, I think what was it? Levante? Was it Levante that he played at, or was it?
no.
It was one of those annoying ass teams. I don't remember which team it was. I think it might have been Getafe for all I know. But when Cucurella was there, and I was just like, I mean, at some point, no, I think it might have been Levante because it was kind of like still Barcelona-esque color scheme. But anyway, it's not important. But yeah, I just remember Yeah, I was like, dude, Barcelona at some point is bringing this kid back, right? And I don't think Edward ever gave me like a good answer, but
I
and
mean,
I
yeah.
think they shipped him out to Brighton. Was it Brighton, and then he went to Chelsea, or what? Did he just go straight to Chelsea?
I think he just went straight to Chelsea. After he
But
left
yeah,
that Spanish team, it wasn't Barcelona, but after he left that Spanish team, he went to
hmm
Chelsea, and then he stayed there, I think, for a bit. Then I think he went on a loan to Brighton, then went back to Chelsea, and now I think he went to Real Madrid. I
but yeah,
think
I mean, Cucurella obviously experience, so they're adding more experience to this locker room. Um, which I mean, once again, that could mean a lot of good things, right? At the end of the day, for Real Madrid having more seasoned players, not just Thibaut Courtois.
yeah,
Um, you add experience to that midfield. Don't think you're really adding anything to the attack. The big question is going to be: can you get those two idiots, Vinicius Jr. and Kylian Mbappe, to get in line? Everybody else is in line. I mean, say what you want about what happened with Valverde and what's his name and Tchouaméni. Like the fight that broke out near the end of the season, like I
oh
get
yeah,
that was a conversation to be had, but um, I think everything else is fine once you get those two players to put those egos aside. I think that this team will be fine. At least I hope so, because at this point I have nothing else I could think of to make this team better. Because Real Madrid cannot go another year without a single trophy. Or else it's
I
gonna go
mean,
bad. It's gonna get
it's
bad.
gonna it's gonna get bad. I don't think it's gonna happen. I even think even if it's like La Copa del Rey, I think they're able to do that.
Like I get that, but I mean, like, and before anybody else says it, no, I'm not gonna consider. I won't consider this a good season. If they win the stupid Spanish Super Cup. Just get that out of the way. I'm just gonna state that right now. Right now, no. It has to be either La Liga. It has to be Copa del Rey or Champions League. Has to be one of those three trophies. It cannot be the Spanish Super Cup. I will be completely and utterly depressed.
Are we
Like,
gonna see that? Are we gonna see that Hector picture of you sitting on the bed, just sad with the rain pouring?
Righteous Felon Craft Jerky is the official jerky of Belly Up Sports. For over a decade, Righteous Felon Craft Jerky has led the American meat snack revolution by concocting delicious, adventurous, U.S.-sourced jerky recipes for uncompromising carnivores across the country. With 15 different flavors to choose from, Righteous Felon has all jerky lovers covered, and by using promo code BELLYUP, you will get 15% off your purchase at righteousfelon.com. Do your taste buds a favor today and rip into a bag of Righteous Felon jerky.
In the
oh,
background.
the Coldplay
Yeah.
video, probably,
hmm
probably more than likely. Yeah. So, but yeah, so Real Madrid's gonna. It's funny because like a few years ago, Edward was like his constant story to watch is Barcelona, the novella that is Barcelona. Now it's the novella that is Real Madrid. So I feel like that clip of La Rosa de Guadalupe of the kid that just kept talking about how his mom's an alcoholic. Like,
Oh God.
like that's just me right now. I'm just defending Real Madrid. Like, yeah, they're toxic. Yeah, they make stupid decisions. Yeah, they choose themselves over the stupid the white shirt. But I'm here.
This too.
I'm still here.
Pissed.
But all right. Teams to follow, Edward. The first team is going to be the dark horse team. What is the dark horse team when you see these 5 leagues?
Mm, damn, that's a tough one. Like, are we talking like just in general Champions League, or are we talking about like just pick one team, dark horse that's
Dark horse league wise.
league wise? Damn. You know what? Como.
Ooh.
They're telling me, yeah.
Ooh.
Think about
Okay.
it. It's their first season being in the
Oh,
Serie A.
Cucurella did go to Brighton.
He did go to Brighton.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and he did play at Ibar. That was the team that I thought of with the Barcelona colors. But yeah, he was also
Mhm.
at Getafe. So there we go. That was stupid. Okay, Como. All right, so I mean, Cesc Fabregas still in Como. Um, big up for them because remember Real Madrid was the whole speculation of the midfielder, the Argentine, Nico Paz.
Nico Paz
The rumors were going to be that he was going to return to Real Madrid. Real Madrid just then sold him to Como.
for
So
60 million, I believe.
for 60 million. So big ups for them, right? They keep their core essentially. So I mean, like that's already big enough for them for Como. So I think, yeah. And I'll be honest with you, there's a reason why why we have Serie A so low, right? Like this is why we have
Yeah.
Serie A so low is because the quality from the big teams, the big ones, right? You know, Juventus, no offense, you know, AC Milan. Hell, you can throw Inter Milan in there as well. They've not been good.
Nope.
So I mean, the jump this is like the jump that Como made these recent years is like the same level that Atalanta had,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
so yeah, I honestly I love the shout. I think Como is a good shout for a dark horse team. They are going to be, I believe they're going to be in Champions League this season.
Yeah.
So yeah, if things are clicking, maybe they sign one more player. I don't know what. I've never seen the roster. I can't tell you what exactly what they need
mean-
as far as.
I mean,
But
right now, honestly, I think they're set, but defense wise, they got a let's put it this way, they got a pretty old defense line, like as a center back, I believe. Their right backs and left backs don't play with the same speed as we would expect to see. Like they don't. I'm not saying they're slow. I'm just saying compared to the other leagues, like compared to Bundesliga, compared to Bayern Munich, compared to Real Madrid, compared to Barcelona, compared to Manchester City, like their left backs are not of that caliber. So they have to work with what they get. I'm just waiting to see what Fabregas is going to end up doing on that situation when the time comes. Um, yeah, but right now, I think they're set. I think they're good for the time being since that the Serie A, I mean, if you really think about it, every team in the Serie A hasn't really picked up like a big player name. They're just moving players around, if
yeah, a lot of them
anything.
are losing players at this point.
Yeah, if anything, they're losing players instead of getting bigger players.
Ooh, Alex Valle. I didn't know he was there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I get what you're
yeah,
saying about center
the
backs
left,
being a little bit on the older side.
yeah.
Though they do
So
have Jacobo Ramon, which is also another
yeah,
Fábrica
the
product.
Spaniard. Yep. So
Another product of
that's
La
what I'm saying.
Fábrica. Wow, they
Yeah.
have a lot of Real
So
Madrid guys.
yep. I mean, Fabregas picked him. He's the one he's the one that wanted them. They're not that old either. They're like maybe 25, 24, 23. So they're still like, starting out and everything. But it's like Nico Paz is probably the youngest player that they have there. And he's the one that moves their midfield. De Cunha, I want to say he's 28, I think. I'm not sure. But the striker position wise, I think Morata is still on loan to Como.
No,
So,
he's back. He was on loan to one of the Turkish teams.
oh,
Uh,
okay. No, but did Como actually get him, or did AC Milan actually loan him out?
no, they got him.
Oh, okay.
Okay, all right, yeah. So that's a good shout. For me, damn, that's a
It's hard, bro. Picking out
Oh
of
yeah,
five
yeah.
leagues.
It's not easy at all. But I am gonna because you picked like the best one. That was like undeniably the best one. Um, you know what? I'm a go with Bournemouth, and the reason
Okay.
why because Bournemouth was already really good last year. And you know Marco Rose. I mean, maybe that's the head scratcher there. So, I mean, maybe he's got better. Maybe he got better, right? Um, you did lose your coach. Now he's over there with Liverpool now, just deservedly so. But yeah, I think Bournemouth, and I believe this is a team that Michael B. Jordan owns as well. So not that matters by any means, but yeah. So I think Bournemouth, you know, obviously whenever you have a new manager, does he help you elevate your team even further, or does a drop off happen? Which I really hope that doesn't happen. I do believe they're gonna lose Tyler Adams because Tyler Adams, I believe, is gonna be replacing Sandro Tonali at Newcastle United because Sandro Tonali went to Tottenham for some weird reason. So there's that. So yeah, I'll go with Bournemouth as a dark horse team. Obviously, not a very good dark horse team, but still a dark horse team nonetheless. For this case, who is the team that you feel might surprise some people?
Hmm. That's a good one. That's a good question. Well, I mean, okay, surprise in a good way or surprise in a bad way? Because in a bad way, I would say Newcastle.
Okay, I mean, wow, as I just
Because
mentioned, Tyler Adams is going to go there.
well, no, it's because think about it, they basically lost their whole front line and to sales. I mean, now
You
they
lose
have money to
Gordon.
buy.
You did lose Gordon. You did lose. Yeah, no, that's a fair point. That is
So
a
I
fair
mean,
point.
you is not. And I mean, you who else? Fuck, what is the midfield? I think is like a couple of midfielders too that they lost. They're starting midfielders. Like they're they're basically now they're gonna have right now. I think it's like prime time for them to go out and buy people since they have the money if they don't have the academy products.
Mm-hmm.
So, but who knows who's willing to sell at this point?
That's very true. For me, I'm gonna say Atalanta is gonna surprise people in a good way. Obviously, season didn't go. I mean, they definitely improved, and I mean they went further than most. Actually, was the only Italian team to go further than any of the other Italian teams in the Champions League. And I think you bring in Sadi. I think Sadi obviously has a lot of experience, especially when you're talking about the Serie A. Um, you know, and I think once again it comes down to like just how we feel about the quality that we're expected from Ruben Amorim, from obviously who's currently the manager of Inter Milan, who's the current manager right now at Juventus. Like, are they going to push these teams forward? And honestly, I don't feel like they've done anything to improve their teams
Oh yeah,
as much. Like, I don't think like, does Gonzalo Ramos really jump to you off the board? No.
no,
So, and on top of that, you still have Santi Jimenez on your team. Like, you got to figure out. There's a lot of things AC Milan needs to figure out with their roster. Rafael Leao was supposed to leave. I don't think that's happening. Don't think that's happening anytime soon.
Like,
I
I think
think he's
that's just
staying
gonna
put.
stick around. Yeah.
Inter Milan. I mean, you lost some important players. I mean, how much are you going to be writing on Lautaro Martinez? Because that's pretty much it. Just like Lautaro Martinez will do something. Help us, Lautaro. That's kind of what the team's identity has been. Juventus, same thing. I just don't think I haven't really felt like they've done anything significant.
Yeah.
And I think there's rumors now that Locatelli is being viewed by Real Madrid, maybe as a replacement for Tchouaméni. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. So there's a lot of concerns for me in the Serie A. So I think Atlanta could be one of those teams that benefits, kind of how you view with Como, like maybe one of those teams that can benefit from maybe the lack of movement that's happening right now in the Serie A.
Yeah, I mean, they're just, yeah, I'm just like,
All right, Edward. Player to follow. Who is that player that you're going to be following this season? Whether they've been at that club, maybe they're just moved into a new club. What's the player that you're keeping an eye on? You can be biased. You can go to Barcelona.
You know what? No. You know what? Erling Haaland. I'm gonna keep an eye on him because, well, for one, okay, Think about it.
Ooh, we did say this is. I think this is a very open champions. This is a very open Ballon d'Or.
Hmm.
Do you think what he did in the World Cup jumps him over some people?
Um,
I don't think there's like a clear standout.
well, that's the thing. If you saw the market value, I think, or earlier this week of the transfer players and stuff, right now, Erling Haaland is actually above Mbappe. I think he's at 220 million worth, market worth.
Oh, I get
And
that.
yeah, and Mbappe, I think, is at two. No, if anything, I think Mbappe dropped down to third and Oli says second.
I get that.
See, so yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like,
I'm not defending this guy.
so it's funny because I think it was like the top eight
I'm
or the
surprised
top
he's not
10.
fifth.
Well, it's because like, dude, like I think what made him even more marketable was the fact that he was so lovable. Like the fact that he just came into a country and, dude, I'm gonna be honest with you, he looked more Texan than some of the Texans here. You know what I mean?
I
Like
never in my life that I think I needed Erling Haaland in a cowboy hat more in my life than I needed that
with cowboy boots.
with cowboy boots.
Dude,
Like the dude
dude went in there with like
went
he
full
went,
send. He was like, I'm doing this.
no, the thing is like it was like him in just like basketball shorts or whatever. He was just dressed up, got the hat, got the boots, walked out of there. He was like, "All right, yeah, I'll buy this," and yeah, and just walked out. I was like, "This dude here," and he was just chilling, dude.
I
And he,
genuinely believe he was also one of those people that like came back with a bottle of ranch.
oh, dude, you think the airport's not gonna stop him for that?
Bro, did you not hear the
Oh,
journey? First of all, his flight is a lot different than ours.
that's true. That's true. That's very true.
He's not going through TSA. Like, he just
He
gives it to
lands
the
in
kid man.
London. Yeah, he just lives. He leaves. He basically lands at London airport, whatever, and then they just see him. And they're like, "Hola, hola," and they're like, "Hey, what's up?" Like he's just carrying his backpack. His, you know, like he's chill. I was like,
Um,
but
uh,
no. The thing is also it's because like his worth went up because he performed for Norway. Like
I
he
mean,
he did
all
incredible.
all of them. Maybe Sorloth not
Dude,
so much, but I mean, like, and I feel bad for the guy. I feel so bad for Sorloth. Like he became the villain in that England game.
oh yeah.
And like some people were asking me like, dude, like what was he going for glory himself? I was like, you're having a 9, and this is Sorloth is like as 9 as a 9 can
Dude,
be.
he is a nine.
Like,
So,
and you have him playing on the wing.
yeah, I was about to say, I was like, for me to see him on it as a right winger, if anything, I think Sorloth would have been better as a nine position, and you would have put Haaland as a right winger, or at least have him as like a false nine or something, because legit, like anybody that plays as a striker would just try to go for a shot. Nobody would have
Yeah.
actually.
So I think what happened was I think there was a moment where he had the pass, but I think Sorlov. I'm not saying that Sorlov is like necessarily one-footed. That's not what I'm saying. But I think that like when it was time to make that pass, it wasn't on the foot that he needed to have the pass on. If that makes any sense, to
Yeah.
make the pass with. And so at that point, obviously, once again, he's not a winger, so he doesn't. Maybe he's not necessarily as comfortable making a through pass, you know. And so I think at that moment he was just like, "F it, let me just keep going." And then I'll take a shot. Not realize, and I think at that point he decided I'm just gonna go and take a shot, not realizing that there was a moment where he could have just passed the ball to Erling Haaland in what most people would view it as his sweet spot. So,
Yeah.
which to be fair, anything in front of goal for Erling Haaland is a sweet spot. But yeah, so I think that that's what happened with Sorlov. I don't necessarily think that there was any beef between him and Haaland. I don't think there's any jealousy between him and Haaland. I think, kind of similar to what many players like Karim Benzema probably said it best when he had to be the second fiddle to Cristiano Ronaldo, was like, my job right now is to elevate Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
And so I think Sorlov at that moment realized he couldn't do anything to get the ball to Erling Haaland, so he said, well, I'm a good striker as well. so yeah, But yeah, Erling Haaland.
Let's put it this way: he had more confidence in his shooting than he did in his passing. Because I can vouch for that. Like me
Exactly.
myself, I've had my moments where I'm like, it's on my left foot, and I have an open pass, but I have an open shot, and I'm like, well, I was like, I have more confidence in my shooting than I do in passing. Because if I pass it, I feel like it's going to curl too far back and it's going to go the backside. So I take the
Exactly.
shot. So I mean, yeah, you know.
No, I think so. I don't think that Solov did anything wrong besides just not maybe timing his pass, not knowing when it was the right time to make the pass. But anyways, that's not important.
Yeah.
But yeah, Erling Haaland, I think it's a player to watch. Obviously, he's going to be very important to Maresca,
Hmm.
to make sure that his transition as now the manager of Manchester City flows right. So him and amongst all the other core players from that from the last Pep Guardiola team. So I think that he's going to be very important. You kind of if you're a Man City fan, you're kind of hoping that Rodri stays. I would assume.
Yeah.
Just because that's a big core piece to your team. Maybe be argued that that's your captain. Maybe that's my thought. But yeah, we'll see what happens with Erling Haaland. For me, my player to watch, and I don't know why I keep doing this to myself, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do this to myself. I'm gonna say Giovanni Reyna.
Okay.
He made his move to Strasbourg. Hopefully he plays. did not have a good World Cup. Obviously this past season he's just been struggling to get minutes. Obviously he, leaves Borussia Dortmund. Well, for quite some time he's been struggling to get minutes. Leaves Borussia Dortmund on loan to go to Nottingham Forest. Goes to Nottingham Forest just to not even play. And then gets his move to Borussia Mönchengladbach. I don't know, gets to play is like the right phrasing, but didn't really get much minutes from there as well. And now here he is at Strasbourg. And look, this is just going to be more telling of like how mentally tough this kid is. Obviously, how like can he officially move on from everything that happened in 2022? From his parents trying to blackmail Greg Berhalter, which I still can't believe that even happened. But the most like soccer mom thing I've ever heard in my life. Put my kid on the field kind of thing. But yeah, I think him being just overall a nuisance in the locker room, right? Like, in 2022. Like, what can you do to finally move on from being the quote-unquote spoiled brat, your typical privileged American that can actually pay to play, Like, what can he finally move away from that stigma? And I mean, to the point where this kid was rumored to come back to MLS,
Yeah.
Like, basically saying, like, this kid's washed, he's not going to be that guy. And you and me, I feel like we've seen those moments where he is very much that guy, that he has a dog mentality, but there's just somewhere he lost it.
Yeah.
He lost it. And I hope he finds it. I hope he finds that confidence again. This is the guy that played alongside Erling Haaland.
Yeah.
There was rumors of him and Haaland going to Man City together because they both have those Man City ties.
Yeah.
Like, where did he lose it, and can he get it back? And I think that's what I want to watch from this season is if we finally get him back, because it's official. Poch is going to be the manager for the U.S. men's national team, unless he gets an offer. I'm assuming from a big club, or Tottenham. And I think that if we do get a full cycle of Mauricio Pochettino, what does Gio Reyna do? Because let's be honest, like we're going to move away from a lot of guys come 2030. There's a lot of guys we're going to be moving on from on the attacking side. A lot of guys we've been moving on from the defensive side, And Gio Reyna, he will be hitting his prime.
Yep.
So
here's hoping.
Are we going to finally see him be where he was supposed to be at? And I hope, that's what I'm hoping for.
I'm hoping for that too. You know, I like Gio Reyna. Like he's a good player. I like him dribbling, everything. But you know, that like you said, can he come back from that? From the whole his parents blackmailing, Berhalter talking about play my kid, do this, do that, and just like, yeah, it's hard, you know. So hopefully, like you said, we'll get to see him play in the national squad and actually get that dog back in him.
I hope so too, man. Because I mean, like, it more and more, it seems like he's getting. There's guys that are hungrier than he is.
Yeah.
You know, say what you know. Obviously, you know, Diego Luna missed out on his opportunity to make the World Cup squad, and I have some opinions on when he went on Chicos Toxicos, but I'll refrain from saying my thoughts on that. Mainly because I'm not a fan of those guys, but that's just me. You call me a boomer on that one. But I think you know, Diego Luna, obviously a very hungry player and definitely a lot to prove of someone that missed out on the World Cup, right? When it looked like he was very much Pochettino's guy. You know, as much as I say don't put too much on Kevin Sullivan, I mean, you know, this is where we're going to finally see Kevin Sullivan, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is where we're supposed to see this kid, and as someone that got to see him at the youth, playing at U15, even though he was technically a U13 player, playing at the U15 level, and like, there's something about that kid. Am I telling you that this guy is going to be the next best American player of all time? No, because I don't know. No, none of us know. but he definitely has the signs of it. So, and I mean, on top of that, I mean, you know, talking about some of the other promising attacking players, Julian Hall from Red Bull New York, just, you know, MLS is coming up with more and more young players that are, you know, we're gonna have conversations about. So, yeah, Gio Reyna has got to be, he's got to find it and find it fast.
Yeah. Okay.
And then, all right, Edward. So all right. So we just popped up a little screen right here. The last champions of last season. The champions of last season. We have obviously PSG winning Ligue 1. We have Bundesliga. You know, Bayern Munich winning the Bundesliga. Inter Milan winning Serie A. Barcelona winning La Liga last year, and of course Arsenal winning the Premier League. From these teams, who are you sensing the repeat? Maybe there's a very obvious group of teams here that might be repeating, but all right. Besides PSG and Bayern Munich, who do you sense is repeating?
Honestly, I'm still sticking with Barca. Bias, but at the same time, it's like if they can keep up that rhythm.
I don't think it's a crazy shot. I think there's a lot of unknowns with Real Madrid. And I mean, what did Atletico Madrid do?
I mean,
like, what has Atletico Madrid done that makes you feel like they're going to be tougher? Because I feel Barcelona has improved.
Yeah.
Like, I you know, they didn't really have to do much improving, if that makes any sense. But like, you know, maybe the question will be the 9 spot. At least right now, like they need to get that solidified. Especially now that you don't have Ferran Torres anymore, which I get why people don't like him right now. And I think that's because of the whole thing where he was saying that like Barcelona needs to show more appreciation of me. I think I'm paraphrasing. I'm paraphrasing for sure. But I think he was saying something along those lines, right? That like Barcelona needs to show me why they want to keep me. Like, you know, all of a sudden he became like, I score like 3 goals a game, like type of energy where.
Yeah.
Can we just say it? Can we just say this like when we were watching the World Cup final?
Yeah.
When Ferran Torres comes off the bench, and I looked at Edward, I was like, "What if he scores the winner?"
Yeah.
We had like the biggest eye roll.
I was like, man, I was like, he had so many chances. I think it was like, man, he hit the pole. It was a lot of what ifs and maybe
Edward's
not
not the
like
biggest fan of Ferran Torres, and this is
I'm
going from when he first joined the
when he
team. Like,
first joined. I was like, man, I guess he's okay as a winger, and then like then they transitioned to striker, and I was like, I don't know, man. I was like, I don't know. I was just like at a loss, to be honest with you.
and to be fair, comparing his goal to Mario Götze is a little wild because Mario Götze scored a banger, but
Oh, that
uh,
was
not taking away anything from that goal that Spain scored because that was probably one of the most well played. Like just everything about it, the cross,
yep.
the Nico Williams header to get it to Ferran Torres. Like like if you're just like a straight like nerd of technical play, like for obviously for me and Edward for being La Liga fans, that was like textbook like Spanish technical play. You had the cross, the header, right perfectly on Ferran Torres' foot, so he couldn't fuck it up too much. Sorry for cussing, Elsie. So he did his job. That's all I'm gonna say. He did do his job. It just I don't think that goal. I think anybody could have scored that goal if that makes any sense from that Spain team.
Yeah. I mean, if anybody was in that position, but he almost out overshot it too.
Now, would I be milking the hell out of that 5 minutes of fame? Oh, you bet you believe I would.
And he's been doing it.
I would be throwing first pitches at every baseball game as I could. I would go watch the Baltimore Ravens practice and be on Hard Knocks for some weird reason. So like, yes, I would be doing those things. That is not, or maybe it's Hard Knocks. I'm not sure, but he was on the Baltimore Ravens social media, and yeah, no, it was cool. I think no, I mean, bro, I'm going on SNL. Like I'm getting myself on SNL. Bro, if I'm Ferran Torres right now and they're telling me, hey, can you do a cameo appearance on this, or can you go throw this first pitch, or can you go attend this thing right now? I'd be doing. I think he just got honored at his hometown in Valencia as well. Like he got like his little, I don't know, like a key to the city. I don't know. I didn't really read the article.
Yeah.
I'm sure he had like a parade, but like yeah. So yeah, man. Like I mean, like once again, and let's be honest. After that moment, Mario Götze had like he didn't really have the best career after that. So
No, the injuries and then that thyroid
that was
thing.
more so injury wise. Mario Götze was a quality still I would still say he's a quality player, but like
Yeah,
Ferran Torres was never in the same conversation as Mario Götze.
yeah,
But yeah,
like quality wise, yeah, no,
yeah. So. But yeah, so so I mean, Barcelona has like still some concerns as far as the attacking wise, but I think once again, the system that Barcelona is running, it's gonna work. Maybe not necessarily when it comes down to like Champions League competition. Maybe that's gonna still have its hindrance, especially if you don't have a 9. So yeah, I think Barcelona there's still time. You know, Barcelona still has time to get that 9 situated, or maybe it is Adiemi. I don't know. But maybe they're gonna go small ball. Maybe that's what they'll do. But yeah, because they need to do something. Unless there's some La Masia play which that also could be a possibility. There's probably some like kid from La Masia that just like is this amazing.
he's just like an amazing striker. Basically, let's put it this way: another possibly Arda Güler, like in the Barcelona situation.
Yeah, basically. Well, as far he's not from La Fabrica, but yeah, I get what you mean. But yeah, no, maybe just that, you know, there's always that's the thing though, when it's like Barcelona and La Masia is doing La Masia things. Yeah, there's always this one kid, and maybe it's a 9 now. Maybe that's why Hansi Flick isn't pressing on a 9. But yeah, but I do feel I get the confidence in believing that Barcelona could repeat as La Liga champions. For me,
I feel like you're gonna say Arsenal.
No, I'm gonna say Barcelona. No, I definitely don't think it's Arsenal. Actually, I could see Arsenal repeating, but I just don't know because like Arsenal like there's value in it. I'm not saying that there isn't. There's value in winning very close knit matches. Like I'm not saying that that's definitely a skill. But it's still overwhelming watching Arsenal attack at the end of the day, which I get why people don't really like watching Arsenal play. So, Arsenal is very defensive minded. Obviously, they still have the defense. Their defense, their midfield got even more better because they just signed Bruno Gomes from Newcastle. And speaking of another Newcastle,
Yeah, I told you.
guy,
I'm telling you.
so I mean, it's gonna be it's really gonna be like very important on Victor Gyökeres to like really stand out. Obviously, they were trying hard to get Vinicius Jr. on, which would solidify a consistent player on the left wing because Trossard is now in Benfica, I believe. So unless they're rocking with Martinelli, which I'm not against, that's my adopted son right there. But yeah, I think that there's like a lot of interesting things of what's happening with Arsenal. I think with the Premier League, you just never know. You never know who's going to be that team. It's definitely not Chelsea, but I mean, Manchester City is not that far off. Like honestly, they're not. Manchester United, the mentality is there now. So who's to say that they don't go on a run? Who's to say Liverpool doesn't go on a run? They do still have a quality. Like they're still like they're the top five is still the top five, except for Chelsea, and Tottenham. But like, yeah, I mean it could happen. I don't know. I don't feel as strong of ours. Like Arsenal was like, and they almost gave it up a little bit. So I mean, like they almost it looked like it. It was starting to look like it at one point. But yeah, so I think it's just so hard to repeat in the Premier League, which is funny to say that when Manchester City had the run that they had.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, I don't know. I don't think I honestly I might say Barcelona. Like I kind of talk. I basically said it. I think there's concerns with Real Madrid. I think there's concern. Like while there is concerns at Barcelona, it's not as bad compared to like Real Madrid.
yeah.
So, like you need a 9. Or someone needs to play the 9. Real Madrid also has that problem, but in a different way. And then once again, they need more leadership, and I think that's what they went after this. At least this period, this transfer window, they went and got experience. The question is, can that experience really be impactful in the locker room? And can Jose Mourinho be as impactful in the locker room as many people are hoping that he's going to be, being the disciplinarian that he is? Or has the game just been fully gone away from him is the other concern. So a lot of questions, but I can also see in some way that Real Madrid can win it, but it still looks strong for Barcelona in my opinion. Where do you see a new champion coming from?
New champion?
Mm-hmm. I'll say my pick is Serie A.
You don't think Inter will do it again?
I think Como looks really strong. I think Como's getting better and better. Inter Milan also lost some people, but I mean, yeah, I think Como's gonna be a problem. I think Como's gonna be very much in the conversation. And don't sleep on Napoli. Don't sleep on Napoli either. I mean, you're bringing in Allegri in there. Yeah.
All right.
So yeah. What about you? League on.
Man, dude, if Borussia Dortmund was the champion this upcoming season, I'll be so happy.
I think a lot of people would be happy.
Yeah.
A lot of people would be happy to see someone not named Bayern Munich or PSG win their leagues. Unless you're a Bayern Munich or PSG fan. But
I think I'll say I'm probably going to stick with your plan as well. I think Serie A might actually get a new champion. It might not be Como, but I don't think it's going to be Inter again.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that works with me. But all right, that is the sandwiching of all the leagues. That is, where we're following. We kind of, I think we kind of broke down the leagues as best as we could, sandwiching them in together. I think it makes it all easier, honestly. But for you guys, once again, La Liga kicks off on the 15th. The 21st will be Liga and the Premier League. The 22nd will be Serie A. And then 28th will be on the Bundesliga. Also, be on the lookout. The Champions League drawing will be on August 27th. So obviously, when that's announced, we will. Honestly, we're not gonna break that down. Like it was easier when it was a group stage, but now you have to look at everyone's.
Yeah,
matches
now there's
Yeah.
everybody's matches and pre-matches, and it's like I guess you could call it the wild card match, and it's a lot. It is a lot. There's really no drawings really at this point. It's just more of the this is who's gonna face who.
Yeah, so we won't do that. So, but yeah, so that is the new season of the European calendar. We're gonna take a break, and then we're gonna go into talking about Liga MX, their decision to move to not do promotion relegation anymore after telling their fans they were gonna finally bring back promotion relegation. But hey, you got Atlante back. But and then also just talking about Mexico in general, like the future of El Tri. Obviously, Rafa Márquez is now the new coach of Mexico, and that's going to be really exciting. And I'm sure Edward's also very excited for Rafa Márquez as well, being that he is
Barcelona legend.
Barcelona legend, may be argued as one of the greatest Mexican players of all time. The older heads may say Hugo Sanchez, and I totally get that. But I think there's just something about what Rafa Márquez was able to do for Barcelona. I can't say anything because Hugo Sanchez was a regular.
Dude. Huh? No, even for Mexico, like just in general, Rafa Márquez, he was a center back for Mexico for the longest time. Remember when he went back to?
I personally believe that he does jump over Hugo Sanchez. That's just my personal opinion, but. I mean, Hugo Sanchez was really good. I'm not taking anything away from that man, but Rafa.
But remember also
playing at 38, right? Like a
dude, he was in a not Necaxa.
When he was in 2014. In 2014, he was in Atlas.
Atlas, there you go. Yeah, he was still playing as a center defensive mid center back.
I mean, like the fact that it was 2014, and I thought he retired, and there he was. There he was, Rafa Márquez. I was like, okay, there you go. No era penal.
So you're like, there it is. No, but I mean, like, dude, think about it. Like, there's also other memorable Mexican players, like, dude, Jorge Campos, goalie and striker.
I mean, they had to make a rule for him because of that. Imagine how game changing of you are that they had to make a rule.
Dude, that's insane. Like, think about it. Sometimes he would get out of goal and then start chopping people up.
Yeah, and once again, I personally will hope, and I continue to hope that Raúl Jiménez does break Chicharito's record. Can it happen? Maybe if he plays a few friendlies, maybe plays in the Nations League. Maybe I don't know. I could also see a world where Rafa Márquez wants to move on to his 9 for the cycle, which I mean could be Hormiga, could be Santi Jimenez, could be that one kid from what's that team? Querétaro. There's I think there's like a 19-year-old or something like that, like a young kid, maybe not even 19, might be younger than 19, but there's a kid in Querétaro that I think also a lot of people are talking about, but. I don't know. I want to see him break the record. I think it'll just end his story so perfectly for him. I think I was so happy for him when he scored his first World Cup goal. Like it's just like, dude, this should have happened years ago, but obviously things went down the way it went down for him. So no, I hope to see it. But anyways, so yeah, me and Honda will be talking about Mexico, and then also talking about Liga MX being the greedy bastards that we know him for. So. and also kind of the Mexican Football Federation as well. So be ready for that.
After review, number 10, Paraguay, cover his mouth. Decision is red card.
All right, guys, joining me is a good friend of mine from over there at Golz TV, and that is Hitman Honda. You've seen him here from time to time. Obviously, loves Club America, loves LA Galaxy. I don't think I've ever asked about your European team. What team you support in Europe?
I mean, main European team, obviously Real Madrid. Like as far as Champions League goes, it's that. So
okay, but obviously, big thing is you're an L3 fan. That is, I don't think I've ever asked you. Are you strictly L3, or do you also kind of like do you rock with the U.S. men's national team?
For the most part, I am L3. I do want to see CONCACAF in general do well, even though we know how shit of a place we're at right now.
That is.
Although this past World Cup was good. That was pretty good.
No, yeah, this I think this World Cup was great representation for CONCACAF. I will say, man, one of the funniest things about doing the Golz TV coverage of the World Cup was just hearing L3 fans beef with Argentine fans, and me being the non either side of them, and just talking about how how their country's the more hated on country, and I'm like, you guys kind of both are when it comes to Latin America.
Hey, we're both dicks at the end of the day. It's just who's the bigger dick. Like
who's the bigger dick? I think the best explanation was when I said, I was like, you have one country that really wants to be European, and the other one that won't shut the fuck up about being Mexican. So,
yeah.
No offense, but I mean, it is true. You guys have an amazing pride, which I think the World Cup showed it very well. They played with a lot of pride. But I mean, last time we talked, Honda, obviously you were very hesitant with this L3 team. Obviously, did they surpass your expectations, or what, how are you going on as you went through this World Cup?
They surpassed my expectations by a lot, considering on how they came to this World Cup. From the past World Cup, they just were terrible. They kept that momentum shift, and I guess they were somewhat fixing it, I guess. But at the end of the day, I did not expect this, especially from two players, right? Julian Quiñones, he went above and beyond, and he was one of the top 10 players in this World Cup. And Roberto Alvarado on the right wing. I said, if we want creativity, don't bring him. And I think everybody agreed up until the point of the first game, which he created the most chances for Mexico, if I'm not mistaken, this World Cup.
No, it was awesome. As someone that's supposed to hate Mexico, but I mean, like it was awesome watching Mexico play. I think the guys that you didn't expect to step up stepped up. I mean, I did give a shout out to Julian Quiñones just because I was like, I feel like that with his pace, he was just going to be an X factor against the likes of South Africa and South Korea and even Czechia. But yeah, no, I think Mexico played tremendous, and it was funny because you didn't start Gilberto Mora on the first day, which I thought was kind of weird, but eventually he finally found his role on the team, and I think his connection with Julian Quiñones amongst other players, I think did really well. I will say I did highlight that back line, and that back line really did pay off, and that was a cool thing to see. And obviously on top of that, to watch Mexico perform the way that they performed, I think solidified a lot of things. Not maybe the future. Obviously, Rafa Márquez will be taking over L3, and I mean, how do you feel about that? I feel like that's like the no-brainer appointment when it came to moving on from Aguirre.
I think they did it at the perfect time, because if they would have done it straight after the past World Cup, it would have been a bad taste in the mouth for Rafa Márquez, considering he did well in Barcelona B, and L3 would have just fucked him up for this World Cup, right? And that situation. Now he's coming into a good situation where L3, they performed one of their best performances in a long time, and when you need a leader in that locker room, you got Rafa Márquez as your coach. Pretty much the leader of leaders when it comes to the Selección Mexicana.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely, and I can't wait to see what Mexico does in this World Cup cycle as they go into 2030. No automatic qualification anymore. It's now you got to go through the gauntlet that is CONCACAF, which people can say what they want about CONCACAF, but you know what? It does suck when you have to go to Central America. and you
Bro,
go
that
into
Central
those.
America gauntlet of Honduras, Costa Rica, freaking even Nicaragua at some points, they give difficulties. Guatemala, like they're not easy teams to beat. And like, especially when the Central American teams drop back and they just defend, Mexico
Mhm.
usually typically don't know what the hell to do in that situation. They counterattack, boom. There goes the 1-0. There goes the 2-0.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, and I think obviously, you would think with what's going on with Mexico, there's going to be huge changes. I mean, you saw what happened with USA, and you saw MLS now making some changes. They're changing their whole calendar to make it make sense with the rest of the world. And you would think, and initially from what, and we talked about this, right? That Liga MX was going to make some changes going into the next season, which was bringing back promotion and relegation. And I mean, it's cool that we got Atlante back. It's awesome.
Mhm.
But what's going on with Liga MX? Why are they deciding like we're not going to do promotion relegation? We're going to take a page out of MLS and we're just not going to do it.
It is the typical FMF going back on the word, or they're just putting out promo. Because at the end of the day, until it's on the sheets, until it's on the paper saying pro relegation, right? Like it's confirmed, it's there, and nobody's stopping it. I'm not going to believe anything about pro relegation because I've learned that since they took it away. I'm like, FMF is just going to do whatever the hell they want. They don't care about what people want, what the board wants. It doesn't matter, right? It's just what they want, and what they want is money. That's it.
And I think, and you mentioned the money part because obviously another thing that happened during this time off from the World Cup is FIFA talking about looking at an investor group, right? Like looking to get some money thrown in their way to, I guess, help grow the league. And everybody was very much like, this is not how it should be done. This is wrong. You didn't go by the all the board members, all the members of FIFA, all the confederations. You didn't go through them, and so everyone was standing with their confederations. Everyone stood. Mostly everybody stood by what everyone was going with. When you saw the headline where they said Mexico was, well, I want to look more into this before I make a decision. Well, while everybody was all just fuck FIFA, but what was that going on through your head as soon as you saw Mexico was like, I kind of want to see this.
Mexico kind of wanted to see this because, I mean, going at it at a positive note and not a negative note, they're just like, all right, let me see all the facts before condemning them. Because from what it seemed like from everybody else, it was just condemning FIFA, condemning the president, right? Because of the past, like corruption, right? Whichever you would like to look at it. It's just, they just wanted to get more information on that because, I mean, I'll be real. If it comes to my conspiracies and stuff like that goes on my head, a corrupt state will take a look at another corrupt state and get their facts straight before they play their like pieces, right?
Yeah, and I think I get what FIFA was trying to do, which obviously was trying to bring more money into the sport. But I think I think everyone's got a bad taste in their mouths right now with obviously. I think this was a great World Cup. I don't want to say that this was like the worst World Cup ever. I think all three nations represented their countries very well as hosts. I think USA, despite everything that people were complaining about, the advertising, the halftime show that I'm sure no one wants to talk about ever again, were somehow that's America's fault, by the way. Somehow that's our fault that those ads came to be in the four quarters and all that. But
yeah, that definitely wasn't America, because if it were America, they would also have it on Peacock where it's constant ads. No, that was Fox, that was Tubi, that was wherever the English channels were. All right, blame them. Don't blame the U.S.
As a matter of fact, Peacock had it in Spanish. So
yeah.
But no, yeah, and I think FIFA, and obviously the ongoing thing with Mexico, of course, is that money, right? They, you have multiple owned clubs, like the same people that own, and it's TV stations that own, some of these clubs, and I'm sure they're trying to fix that because Obviously, what happened with the Club World Cup with Club Leon. But I think, you know, maybe like looking at it, you kind of have to get the context out of it. So I get where Mexico was coming from. Obviously, it doesn't help Mexico's case that they're the team that they're the not the, I'm not gonna say the team. The Confederation is always trying to find more money. I mean, hell, they're still doing friendlies in the United States. They're not doing the friendlies in Mexico, even though I think the Mexican home crowd showed that they should be playing more games in Mexico. I mean, I know World Cup qualifiers. We're going to see them in Mexico. I know that, but I think, and it's funny because I'm not Mexican. I'm not attached to Mexico by any means, but like, I think it would make sense to have them play their friendlies in Mexico. I mean, I guess I'm crazy for believing that, but yeah, no, I mean,
you're just into the spirit of like play in your own home. Because imagine if El Salvador were to play, like, for example, in freaking Honduras as a home. How would you feel about that?
So many issues.
Exactly. Like, dude, it's just a similar thing when it comes to like us as well too. Because yeah, it's closer to where we're at over here, but at the same time, Mexico is meant to be played in Mexico. And look at the stadiums as well too. Like, not to like kind of bag on like the stadiums that are over here, because there are beautiful stadiums over here, but the ones in Mexico, if you've seen them IRL, they are beautiful as hell. Why not play in them, right? Why not use them as a national team?
And honestly, I think Mexico can make a strong bid to be a host nation by themselves. I think that we need to move away from multiple country World Cups.
It should have been Mexico by themselves this World Cup. Like
2030, this coming World Cup is going to be stupid. But yeah, I thought for this World Cup, being that it was the newly expanded World Cup, why not a whole continent host the whole thing? I don't know I don't know what the concerns were for Mexico. I mean, obviously we all know the major concern with Mexico, but what country doesn't have that? Especially with like, we've heard things during AFCON. I'm not trying to, take jabs at Africa, but like some of the issues that came in from AFCON. I mean, how many issues did we hear from Qatar? A lot of things. I mean, I know Mexico isn't a perfect country, but I think they have the infrastructure, and they clearly have the fan base, and they were super welcoming throughout that World Cup.
They over-exaggerate a lot of stuff when it comes to like Central America, Mexico, Salvador again, Honduras again, like those countries. But it's at the end of the day, it's like, dude, you're gonna see crime everywhere, bro. Go to Chicago. They talk about Chi-Town all the time, and what happens? It's literally one street. That's it. Like, we gotta relax, calm down, guys. Like, there are safe places in Mexico. There are more safe places in Mexico than there is dangerous. So I'm just saying it should have been one nation, should have been in Mexico. It would have been a lot cheaper. I would have went to at least one game this World Cup, but no. It had to be all U.S. basically, 2 in Canada, 3 in Mexico. Whatever though.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure once we stop with this foolishness of having multiple countries host the World Cup, we go back to having just one country host it. And I think, like I said, I felt Mexico was more than capable of hosting it. I think Canada was a little bit of a stretch just because besides those 2 stadiums, I can't name you another stadium.
They have stadiums. They have stadiums up there. Like, don't get me wrong. They have, there's the one in Edmonton, right, where Mexico went and got their ass beat by Canada as well, too, in the snow. And then there's a few others that they could easily use during that World Cup. But other than that, like, yeah.
Compared to Mexico.
Compared to Mexico and the U.S., yeah, they definitely don't have it like that.
I will say, the funniest thing about this World Cup was the fact that everyone was like, are the stadiums even ready? I was like, I think of all the things that the U.S. had as far as concerns goes, the stadiums were not the biggest issue. Like, we were in, South Africa where we had to build like 8 new stadiums right there on the spot.
If one stadium isn't ready, there are thousands of other stadiums that are ready across the U.S. Like, that's one thing that's not needed to be worried about.
I mean, we didn't even have Chicago. Chicago wasn't even a host city. Like, that's how crazy the U.S. is when it comes to their stadiums.
Oh, well, you know what? I think for the reason now, if it's going to be now, that Soldier Field is going to be taken down. Pretty much that's probably the reason why.
But I'm just saying, like, kind of similar to how I feel about Mexico. Mexico has like playing maybe a few modern things to modernize some of these things, but I mean, Toluca Stadium is a beautiful stadium. Obviously we saw Monterrey, we saw where Chivas de Guadalajara plays, we saw where obviously Azteca, which I mean you need to have Azteca. That's your if Mexico hosts the World Cup, that's the final venue, which I feel bad for any of those teams competing in there because they're gonna need to be huffing some gas while they're playing in that game. But I mean,
Dude, Toluca Stadium, I mean, it's even worse than Azteca, bro. Like, if they go to Toluca, yeah, they're definitely going to be huffing and puffing. And maybe it would have been a difference versus England. Maybe not, because Jude was just on fucking point that game. I'm like, fuck.
Oh, my God. I thought I was watching a replay. The second goal?
Yeah.
I thought it was a replay. It was the same play. I was like, Jesus Christ. And then, I mean, no, I honestly, like, going back to that game, I thought Mexico... I felt the equalizer was coming in those final minutes, and I think that, like, if you want to talk about comparisons to U.S. men's national team to their round of 16 game versus Mexico's, you still felt Mexico was in it. We never felt we were in it, especially after that Matt Freese moment. But
that was so disappointing, especially getting Paulo Goon back. Like,
yeah, you did all of that, for them to do all that to get Balogun back and for it to go the way it went. It was.
I thought it was going to be easier for the U.S. because Belgium, they did not look good this World Cup. And then they just take out KDB, and then I forgot what other piece, and they replaced them with two people that were younger, right? Boom. That's the difference in Belgium.
They struggled with Trossard. The U.S. men's national team struggled against Trossard. I thought it was rough to watch. And then, on top of that, I was like, this is even the best Belgium team they've ever had. I mean, and on top of that, Spain just completely just dog walked them. And so that didn't help anybody's case at all. At least for you guys, you got to see England go to like the third place game. So I'm not saying that makes it any better, but I mean,
hey, we went toe to toe with one of the best teams in the freaking world in this World Cup. So like at the end of the day, I mean, I'm not disappointed. It's just like false quinto partido. It's just like, you know what?
Would you count this as the fifth game?
Me, as kind of like the old head mentality, I wouldn't, because I want quarterfinals.
Okay.
As the fifth game, but
yeah, because that's what I was. I think I argued with Jose about it because I was like, I don't think this is really the fifth game. I think when Mexico thinks of the fifth game, they always think of the
Jose and John were saying that they were like, oh, it is technically the fifth game. Like, it doesn't matter what it is, what it is. Like, and I see that, but at the same time, it's like the feeling of getting to the quarterfinals of a World Cup. That's the feeling that I was hoping for. And I'm like,
and that's like that's still the best finish for Mexico. It's still the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
So. No, yeah, it was. I think for Mexico it was awesome. But yeah, man. I mean, as far as like, where does Mexico go to now? Obviously you're hearing all these rumors of a lot of Mexican players that are going to be European bound, hopefully. But you got who's going to get the Gilberto Mora sweepstakes? Who's going to get more shine as they go on through their season? But I mean, your team is surprisingly young, right? This L3 side, like it's surprisingly young. You're going to move away from some obvious players, obviously, like Edson Alvarez is probably not. We're not going to see him in 2030, or if we do, he's probably going to be, coming off the bench, kind of similar to what he did.
I mean, we said that about Rafa Márquez, and I mean, we saw how Rafa Márquez ended his last World Cup. Like 38 years old or something like that, and he still was a vital piece. Also
Rafa Márquez.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough, but I mean,
I don't think anybody was doubting him.
Player, if there's not another player like similarly to Edson Alvarez, which I don't see in the Selección Mexicana or in the juveniles, like he's probably going to be playing again. And like, there's a lot of people that I've seen hating on Edson Alvarez because of what he supposedly did and shit. But at the same time, in 2018, he was young, bro. He was what, like 20 years? Like, it's just like, bro, give him a chance. And then this one versus England, what was it, the pen or something like that? I'm like, dude, it was hardly a pen. And like, It's just, why are you guys just hating on a player who gave it all for the selección when there are other players who did worse?
No, yeah, I think Edson. I mean, also the fact that he's willing to play center back, which we all know that's not necessarily his
We
best
had no
position.
center backs at all besides Johan Vázquez, Cesar Montes. Reyes could have played the center back as well too, but that's not his position.
Mhm.
Edson plays the center back position, but that's not his position. So, like, yeah, I mean, what can you do, bro? You needed a center back that was tall and strong to compete with Harry Kane. Edson Alvarez, simple. That's it. It's all that could be done. Like,
So going forward for Mexico, I mean, who's the guy that currently is on this squad besides Gilberto Mora that you want to see them progress in these next 4 years? And then, who's a player that maybe not a lot of us know, obviously because not everybody follows L3, but who's a player that you feel could be part of Rafa's team in 2030?
there's a lot of juveniles in the U20, right? But one specific one is a winger, right? Because who knows who's going to be on the wing at this point? Because, yeah, Quiñones could come back for one last one, but he's already going to be in his 30s. And who knows if Rafa Márquez is going to want him, right? But I'm looking at Hugo Camberos, right? Left wing. I don't know if he's on Chivas right now or if he's going to be leaving, right? But, dude, the dude is fucking quick as hell, bro. And, like, the ability that he has on the ball, right? Imagine combining him with Gilberto Mora with his agility and just, like, his passing. That's a dangerous combo. That's what I'm going to say. Like, there's that one. And if you're talking about in this selection, you're going to obviously have Obed Vargas that's going to continue because he's on Atletico Madrid. Even if he leaves Atletico Madrid, he's probably going to go to another European team, right? Who else? I mean, I could definitely tell you who's not going to be in the next World Cup squad. And if he is, I'm going to go to whoever's in the FMF, slap the fucking shit out of them. Jorge Sanchez should not be on the squad ever. And he's proved it this past World Cup too, bro. Like, I mean, he had
Would you prefer
Luis
Luis Romo?
Luis Romo, bro. I mean, he is interesting, man, because this past World Cup, I have nothing to hate on him for. But in normal games, dude cannot play.
I pissed off John so much on the live streams because of Luis Romo.
Look, I mean, he got the goal for the win versus Korea, so I'm like, what can we do here, bro? Like, shit.
What was the argument? I would say that, well, he knows how to position himself. He's like, no, he just happened to be at the right place. I was like, isn't that positioning?
That's positioning. I'm just like, dude. But yeah, he's definitely out of the squad. I mean, I'm just trying to think of other players. I mean, Quiñones, if he still continues his route, he's probably going to be in the next World Cup. Ormiga, even though like he didn't show up that much in this World Cup, I mean, he hardly had minutes. But
it's kind of hard when Raúl Jiménez is playing the way he's playing.
I mean, Raúl Jiménez, and then you got Santiago Jiménez up top. Like, Santiago Jiménez, if he brings back his form, right, he'll probably perform like how Raúl Alonso Jiménez did this World Cup, because we know that he has the ability, he has the velocity, he has everything that Raúl Jiménez has as well too. Like, they're similar players. You can't play them together. You got to play one or the other, right? But Santi Jiménez, if he does get his form back, he's definitely one to watch out for, right? Oh, Guti, even though this past World Cup, John, I'm going to say this right now, he wasn't that good or as good, right? I'll be real. I don't know how you saw him, Hector, but
I mean, I was shocked that he got the start over Gilberto Mora. That's just me. I liked the Moras off the bench. But I don't know. I don't think he did anything that made him like stand out enough, or I don't know if he played any bad. I know he was really good against South Africa. I know he had his moments where he was able to expose like South Africa a little bit. But aside from that, I don't think I've really paid much attention to what Guti was doing, especially after, Gilberto Mora was given the green light to be a starter.
One player who was fantastic though. One player who was fantastic that like not many people shine the light on again in this position, right? But he was very fantastic, right? And he went toe to toe with some of the best. Eric Lira.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like versus Jude, like even though Jude got his 2 goals, right, at the same time, but every time they had a one-on-one, Eric Lira dispatched the ball like it was nothing.
He's rumored to go to Europe, right? He's rumored.
He was rumored to go to Europe. I don't know if Cruz Azul is letting him out again. Like, here's the thing, and again, we go back to the FMFA. We go back to the clubs, right? They're not letting these guys just walk. And I get it, right? You need money to come through to your club as well, too. But at the same time, don't put such a high price if you know that these clubs are not going to be paying that much for your players. Like, let them pay. Let's say Eric Lira goes for, on the transfer market, $8 million for some reason, right? Sell them for $4 million. Let them show and let them prove that the Liga MX is worth the prices that they're supposed to be. If not, like, what's the point?
Yeah, I think it kind of also goes back to the whole CONCACAF thing where it's hard to like value players from this region. I mean, it's not like crazy as like the English players tax that everyone has to pay. I mean, you have Barcelona paying almost 80 mil for Gordon. Now, I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm just saying that I don't know about paying 80 mil for a guy that will be a rotational guy. But when you have a guy like Eric Lira, who I feel like, you know, depending the club that he's going to, he can step right into a role, you know, kind of similar like Edson Alvarez. I mean, when he made his jump to Europe, I thought that he continued to keep, you know, getting better and better. Unfortunately, you know, West Ham didn't pan out the way we all hoped it was going to pan out for him.
Isra Reyes. He's only $4 million.
He needs to go to Roma.
Roma need to purchase him. $4 million. I feel like that's a bargain for a right back, a center back, and a CDM.
Mm-hmm.
All in one packaging. And I'm not just saying it because of the America. Like, yeah, there's a bias here as well too. But like, it's at the end of the day, I've watched him play not only for America, but for the Selección Mexicana, and when he was doing it in Puebla as well too. He's just grown. And like, if you don't want him for $4 million now, once he goes to Europe, his value will skyrocket. Maybe not to the highs of like 30 million, but like even 20 million, bro. Maybe 15, right? And you're gonna just spend more when you could just get him automatically. When Roma needs a player like him.
No, they do. And you know, when talking about Italy, obviously you mentioned Santi Jimenez, that he needs to take that next step or kind of hopefully become in 2030 the Raul Jimenez of this squad. But you know, do you feel like he needs to get out of AC Milan? I mean, I think AC Milan keeps going to get other strikers. They just got Gonzalo Ramos, right?
AC Milan already said. I think AC Milan already confirmed it that they put him up on the transfer list. Like, he's gonna be going, not because they do want to keep him, but at the same time they know they know that if he stays there, he's not gonna develop well. So I wouldn't mind him going to, like, for example, Liga NOS to kind of recover that, or to Eredivisie, right, to kind of like recover his levels, and then make a move to, like, for example, Bundesliga, back to the Serie A, maybe a La Liga team, right? I wouldn't mind him at Porto. I would love him at Porto, but that's just me, though.
That seems to be the best place for Mexican players, I've noticed, is Porto. Like, just
I mean, it hasn't been for a little bit. Like, the last player that we got, I think it was one of the keepers. Tecatito, I mean, he was there, but there was a keeper that went there, a juvenil, for Porto B. I forgot his name, but yeah, there has been a lot. Hector Herrera, Tecatito Corona, just a few. I mean, Benfica has with obviously Raul Jimenez, right? But yeah, Liga NOS is a very good place for Mexican players to like thrive.
No, I definitely agree, man. But obviously, you know, lots going to be to follow with Mexico, especially in these next 4 years, especially for the as well as just CONCACAF in general, man. I mean, you know, it's gonna, you know, I believe right now we're still at 48 teams for the World Cup, so this is gonna be the first time we get to see, you know, the CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers now be all out for these last ones. So that's gonna be really interesting what happens. I'll be praying for El Salvador, but I don't like our chances unless we get some more dual nationals. But But aside from that, man,
I really want to see El Salvador in the World Cup though again. Like, well, I mean, for the first time for me, but like again in general for El Salvador. Just like,
look, man, to the point where I'm rooting for a referee. Like, that's where I was at. I was like, look at that, we're in the semifinals. Like,
exactly, bro. Hey, El Salvador pride. You gotta be prideful of.
And
your
he
origin.
Wasn't bad. That's the.
No, he was good. He was really good.
Yeah, the guy was great. Like, I was like, see, we can't all suck. Like, I mean, I still can't believe that we got caught fixing games. So I was like, we're losing these games anyways. How the hell do we get caught fixing the game? Weirdly enough, that was our best team. That was the best team El Salvador had in like years, and like, and for them to get caught.
Historic wise, like, I mean, no wonder you guys. I mean, dude, this wasn't the first time an El Salvadorian team in general got caught by fixing games losing. Remember CD Faz?
CD Faz.
Oh man, that CONCACAF team, bro. Damn.
But obviously, you know, you're still on break because League's Cup is happening. I don't know if you're. I mean, they're playing right now. I don't. You got a horse in the race?
I got nothing in the race.
You don't even care. You don't even care if your horse is in the race.
I didn't even know they were playing League's Cup right now. So like, I'm just like, whatever, bro. Dude, League's Cup is an interesting one, bro, because finally they got some games in Mexico, you know, like for the first time ever. But I'm just like, dude, that's just another.
You don't care.
Gives a crap about Cup, bro. Like, it's gonna be. It was made for Messi and Inter Miami, bro. Like at the end of the day,
it really was, man. It's funny to me that like MLS did that whole little commercial, like we got it from here, and it's just like, oh wait, we're taking a break for League's Cup. You play like what 2 games? You get MLS All-Star break, which I don't even know what happened. I didn't watch it, but
I didn't watch that either, bro. I'll be honest with you. I mean, this is how you know we're lacking in shit, bro. Like I gotta get back on my stuff, but yeah.
Oh man, dude. Man, it's great talking to you, man. Tell the good people where they can find you, man. What's going on with you and what's going on over there at Golz?
I mean, over there in Golz, you know, we're Wake Up MLS. Obviously, you can find me on there. You can find me on Golz TV. You can find me Honda First Times, right? Just search it up. You'll see probably my logo on YouTube, on Twitch, and all my social media platforms, right? But for me, I'm probably gonna be bringing up a few like podcasts as well too. I'm probably gonna be back with John with Compa Talk. I'm probably gonna be doing some like team-based podcasts, so like Club America, right? I mean, Hector, whenever I get this up, I'll probably like shout out you to like come through, right?
Bet.
And then a few others. Real Madrid, I mean, I got plans. Will they go through? I don't know. It's something there. But yeah.
I love it, man. I love it, man. Make sure you guys check him out. Show him some love, man. Honda, it's always a pleasure to have you on, man. And if anytime you want to come on, man, just let me know.
Hey, pleasure to be here, and let me know, bro. Hey, I'll be on whenever you need me.
All right, appreciate that, man.
Hey everyone, it's Ryan from No Credentials Required to talk to you about one of our newest partners at Belly Up Sports, SeatGeek. Yeah, live sports is great on television, but the feeling of being at the arena is a priceless experience. That's why our friends at SeatGeek are there to help you find the best tickets at the best prices. Not only can you get tickets to sporting events, but you can also get tickets to concerts, comedy shows, musicals, and more. Search for your desired event now at SeatGeek.com, enter promo code BellyUpSports at checkout, and you save $20 off your first purchase. SeatGeek. Life's an event. We have the tickets.
All right, guys. Thank you, Honda, for coming on. Of course, obviously, always a pleasure. Make sure you guys give him a follow, share, give him some love over there, whatever he's doing there with Golz and his own stuff, man, with Compa Talk. So, closing segment. So, I'm getting random questions. Anybody wants to send me a random question, just send it over at insert name FC. It could be on social media. Also, you could do it in the comments on this podcast, on this episode. So if you're watching the video version, the full video version, and you're here, go into the comments and you can ask a random question as well, and we'll answer it. It can be about the game. It could be about us personally, as far as the sport goes, or ask us about the other sports that we watch or follow. Anything you want to know. It could be about once again, it could be about the game, it could be about our fandom, or it could even be about the podcast itself. This is the time. And here is the first question that was given, and that is: you can erase one loss from your entire life as a soccer fan and change it to a win. What match are you choosing and why? So I can erase one loss from my entire life as a soccer fan and change it to a win. Honestly, I'm going to go back to the 2014 World Cup. And the match is, of course, USA versus Belgium. I think that was undeniably one of our most mentally toughest teams that we've ever had in the US. We were toe to toe with, at the time, a very promising Belgium team, the golden generation of Belgium at their prime, and maybe not so much on the cusp of one of the most promising generations of Belgium football history. And the U.S. went toe to toe with them, went to extra time, and had it not been for a Wondolowski overshot, the U.S. could have eliminated Belgium. And who's to say what would happen after that, right? But obviously, I'm not saying the U.S. would have gone and won the World Cup, but a lot of times when it comes to when discussions are about U.S. soccer, has U.S. ever had a signature victory? And to have that game end in a positive, obviously end with a victory for the U.S. on top of a masterclass performance from Tim Howard, to end that with a win. I think people will talk more about that performance from Tim Howard. People still talk about that performance that Tim Howard had, but I think it would be revered a lot more had it been a victory for the U.S. Just because I think that would definitely put the U.S. on the map when it comes to the sport of that. This team there's something here with U.S. soccer, and I think that could have changed the tune of a lot of fandom for the U.S. and maybe the progression of U.S. soccer. While that game is still highly revered, that game, a lot of people will go down and talk about that game for many years to come. But I think if we would have had that signature victory, that'd be the signature victory that would have, I think, changed the trajectory of when it comes to U.S. soccer. So, yeah, that's going to be my answer for that one. So, once again, guys, you can reach us out on social media. You can tag us on social media with your question, or you can, we have an email at instantnamefcpodcast@gmail.com. You can email us as well. However you want to send it, man. And we'll read it for our closing segment, and we'll answer it here. Once again, it has to involve the sport, whether it's our personal things with the sport, whether it's something about the game, whether it's about the podcast. It has to be related to this. If it's just some random thing like, what's my favorite ice cream? Even though I have no problem telling you my favorite ice cream is Rocky Road, but it just has to be about the show. And even then, even about the show, like, it could be the random stuff that we talk about on the show as well. So there's also that. But yeah, man, thank you so much for listening to this episode. Obviously, thank you to Edward. Thank you for Honda for coming on. Make sure you guys, once again, follow us on social media on Instagram, X, and Facebook, and LinkedIn as well at Instagram FC. Check out Belly Up Sports. Check out their website. There's constant articles being written. Check them out, bellyupsports.com. And you'll see everything that's going on over there at Belly Up Sports. Also, subscribe to the YouTube channel at Belly Up Sports, so you can see not only our show, but also see shows like Corner Booth Pod, High Low Sports, No Credentials Required, all the great shows that Belly Up has to offer, man. You can find us there as well. And plus, follow us on social media at Belly Up Sports, man. There's constant content always being dropped over there. So if you want to be in the know what's going on with Belly Up Sports, man, there you are. There you have it. All right, man. And also, shout out to Roosevelt Spencer. If you guys hear the beats in the audio version, that's made by no one other than Roosevelt Spencer. So if you guys need some beat work done, hit him up on Instagram at That Guy Dope. Once again, at That Guy Dope. He'll take great care of you like he always does with us. And yeah, we love him so much that he is the namesake for our Player of the Year award, which we'll be starting at next episode. We'll be announcing our Players of the Week once again, and then games to watch as well. I didn't even do games to watch, but games to watch. La Liga is kicking off. So La Liga, let me see. There's one more big game. I forgot what it was. Oh no, it's just La Liga. Actually, technically, the FA Community Shield. The FA Community Shield, which is Arsenal and FA Community Shield and Ligue 1's Community Shield. I think it's the Coupe de Trophies, something like that. But let me see. This is great podcasting. So Arsenal versus Manchester City, and then Lens versus PSG. So we'll have some cup matches happening this weekend. So La Liga comes back, and we'll have the FA Cup and the Coupe de Trophies in France. So with all that being said, man, thank you so much for listening. Catch us next week for episode 261. Take care, guys.